Without it, man.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Powerful Fitness Podcast, episode number 8. And today we got on an awesome guest. His name is Cantrell Andrews. He's a BJJ blue belt, an entrepreneur, real estate investor, and man, I'm excited to hear his story. So let's go ahead and let's start it from the top, man. Where you from?
Man.
You know what I'm saying? Where you grew up, stuff like that.
So I'm actually from Chicago. So I moved from Chicago. So
Can you move this a little closer?
sorry.
Yeah, try to stay like right up on
right
it.
next to it? Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. So I moved here from Chicago in 97. I
Okay.
moved here from 97 and
When were you born?
90.
90? Okay.
Yeah. Dang, you got me exposing myself already. Dang.
Yeah, I'm a 90s baby too, 94.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, born in the 90s. And moved to Cape in 97. And man, been here all my life.
Okay.
Yeah, been here all my life, man.
Okay, so you were a few years ahead of me. Well, quite a few probably, because I got held back too, but we ain't going to talk about that.
I did too. Don't worry about it.
Oh,
So,
okay,
yeah.
okay. Okay. So did you go to school with my older brother, Keith? Keith
did.
Dawson?
I believe I did.
Okay.
But it's crazy how we met. Like, I don't know if he ever told you the story.
No.
Bro, it's crazy, bro. It's wild, man.
Okay.
So, me and him had a close friend in common. His name was Drew Gardner.
Okay.
And one day he hit me up. Like, I was in college. I was playing football and everything. And he was on the other side of things. Like, after he graduated high school, like, he got into some other things. But he was still my homeboy, though, because I've been knowing him since junior high. So we was still kicking it. And he hit me up, and he like, man.
He was living that thug life.
Man, he was. I didn't even know it. Like, he didn't even let me know. But, yeah, he called me. He was like, hey, Trail, like, man, I need your help. Can you pull up? Man, I think some guys trying to jump me. And I'm like, dang, man, we can't have that. Jump the homie.
Right.
So I pull up, and it's 3 dudes. They look like they young. They probably look like they not go do anything.
Right.
So we chase them off. Like, man, they run, they take off. And they was like, man, we go be back. And, you know, when somebody say that, you don't think nothing. You like, man, all right.
Right.
So at that time, I'm in the house. Keith is in the house too as well. And I just knew of him, but I didn't really know him like that. And Drew was in the house too as well. And we all sitting there watching TV. Next thing we know, we hear this big old boom.
Oh,
Somebody's like literally sound like somebody threw something at the door. And so we all stop and we looking at each other like, hey, what's going on? Like, somebody out there. And I always hear is, come outside. I got something for y'all. Come outside. And I'm like, dang, somebody really trying to get us. Like, what's going on? And it's crazy because I didn't know Keith and he didn't know me, but everybody else took off and ran. So one dude hid in the bathroom and the other dude ran upstairs.
Wow.
So me and Keith like, hey, what you want to do? So I think he grabbed a hammer or something. And then I grabbed something else.
No way.
Man, I kid you not. He grabbed a hammer. I think I grabbed something else. It was like a shovel or something like that. Tell me why we opened this door. Bro, this dude is like 6 foot, probably like 6'2", 6'3", like swole. Look like he's like at least 230, 240. Just got out the Army or the Marines.
Oh,
he was like, y'all mess with my friends? And me and Keith like, dang. We gonna have to do something to him, but we didn't want to do nothing.
Right.
But like it was kind of like a standoff real quick, and he was like, "All right, man, y'all better leave my boys alone." We was like, "Man, you better get up out of here."
I mean, you and Keith is stout too, so
yeah, that's so it was crazy. And like after that, me and him was like that mutual respect. Like, dang, like I rock with you because you ain't take off. Like, bro,
right.
Buddy literally locked himself in the bathroom. We had to come get him. Like, so that was the first time I met Keith, and I
know
like,
that was a white kid,
bro. I wish, bro. I wish.
It wasn't.
No,
oh
man.
my God, stripping him of his black card, man.
Bro, I was so hot, but man, after that, like me and Keith had that mutual respect.
Right.
That. So that's literally the first time I met Keith.
That's funny.
We was about to like handle business together, man.
Wow,
Crazy.
Okay, so what was it like growing up in Cape for you?
Man, it's different. You know, and the reason I say this because when I moved to Cape, I went to St. Mary's, and that's a Catholic school.
Where's that at?
It's right off of Sprague in Williams.
By Save-A-Lot.
By Save-A-Lot.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
So I went there for 2 years for my first and second.
So you Catholic?
No, not Catholic at all. Don't know anything about it. But that was like the best school around. So when I moved down here, my grandma was down here and my 2 aunties. So they were already going to that school. So when I moved down here, my parents just automatically threw me in the school with them.
Okay.
So I went to St. Mary's for 2 years, and then I went to Jackson for a year in third grade. And then we moved back to Cape. And at that time, matter of fact, no, I went to Elmer Schroeder too. And so if anybody doesn't know Cape, Elmer Schroeder and Jefferson are two different sides of the town. So I got exposed to one side of the town. And then when I moved to the south side, I was more mindful of things because I've been exposed to so much.
Right.
Going to a school where only two black people in that whole entire school, and Elmer Schroeder, then going to Jefferson where it's only a handful of white kids.
Right.
You start to see things differently. So
Yeah.
like at that time, even in fourth grade, I was just very mindful of things, who I was hanging out with, what I was doing with other kids. So like I really didn't get caught up in anything, but a lot of my friends, like, they would kick it. Like just normal kid stuff, smoking, having fun.
Normal kid stuff.
Normal kid stuff. Like I'm telling you, like at that age, like kids grow up so fast. 'Cause
Yeah.
They so exposed to it. So
Yeah.
like I'm getting on the bus and like, bro, they smoking blunts in the back already.
Jeez.
Before school, like
That's
school even
crazy.
started. So I was just already aware of that at a young age because my parents had that conversation with me. But man, my childhood was like any other, childhood. I grew up on the south side of Cape on Pacific Street,
Okay.
so the rep that it gets over there, being on the south side, but
South
man,
or deep south?
deep south.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah, I stayed on the deep south, but man, it as people make it seem, it wasn't no incidents like that. But it wasn't like how it is now, with some shootings and everything
Yeah,
else.
it's
Like,
definitely a little worse.
it's a different, man. It's different. It's real different over there.
So did you know that Cape has like has the highest percentage of poor black families in all the cities in Missouri?
Yep, in that concentrated area.
Yeah, that's
It's
crazy.
crazy. Like people don't know the South Side is considered a food desert because it doesn't have adequate food over
Huh.
there. It's crazy because you got to think that highway, like it's dangerous to cross that highway, and so there's no
Right. They got the overpass.
They got the overpass, but somebody's in a wheelchair or something.
Yeah.
You see what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
you ain't
So
getting
it's
up there.
difficult. So they don't have access to adequate food.
Closest thing they got is Save a Lot, and
Save a Lot.
that's a little hike right there.
Right, that's a little minute. And so you got families that's living off store-bought food from the convenience store.
Right.
Like,
Which
all
is
that
expensive,
stuff.
more expensive than
More
Walmart.
expensive, and it's unhealthy.
That too.
It's unhealthy, so it's crazy because
They be living off that gas station
that
food.
gas station food that'll
Crazy.
tear you up. But yeah, like people don't know it's considered a food desert right here in the United States in Cape Girardeau, Missouri.
Man, what they need is like a group, community garden over there.
Man, have you heard about Southside Farms?
No.
Man, I'm on the board of Southside Farms, and they're literally about to build a farm over there.
Okay.
They're about to build a farm
For the community?
For the community.
Nice.
They're about to build a farm. They're about to build a daycare center for children 0 to 3 as well, and they're also going to build affordable housing. So,
Okay.
Yeah, man.
That's going to make some major changes for real.
Big changes. Yeah, I'm excited about that because it creates opportunities and ownership. And that's the biggest thing, man.
Right.
Opportunity and ownership. So, man, that's going to be huge. I'm excited about that. I don't know if you've been by, but like, we cleared the ground and everything.
I never even go over there for anything.
Man, you should check it out.
Yeah.
When you go over there, like I think we got 5 acres. We got 5 acres, and it's literally right across the street from the softball fields.
Okay, yeah.
Literally right across the street from the softball.
You know what? I think I know exactly what you're talking about. But last time I drove over there, it was just, I think, like in an empty field with like trees and stuff.
Yeah. So we got that all cleared out. We got hay down because we finna start seeding.
Okay.
Yeah, we finna start seeding and get some stuff grown, and then sell it back to the community.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. So let's talk about what got you into jiu-jitsu?
Man, I would say for me, I've always been interested in martial arts, like in some type of way, some type of fashion. Like growing up watching Bruce Lee and
Right.
Jackie Chan, like you like, dang,
Same.
yeah, like that's fly. But
Same.
it was never an opportunity, for me to get into it because your environment kind of dictates what you do and what you don't do.
Right.
So when I was growing up, it was basketball and football. Like nobody, how to street box, slap boxing, but that's about it.
Usually only kids that get put in martial arts are the kids of parents that are in martial arts. Like if your parents aren't in martial arts, they don't typically think to just take their kids.
Right. Nothing at all. Like, in our community, the first thing is like, oh, how do we keep them busy? Put them in a sport, put them in an activity. But, I think people are ill-informed about martial arts. When they think about martial arts, they're thinking about, oh, I don't want my kid to get hurt or anything like that. When it's actually the complete opposite. So I don't think, because we got MMA, and that's what people see. And they're like, oh, I don't want my son doing that. I don't want my daughter doing that. But that's a different side of it. It's a whole different aspect of it. But I don't think that's shown enough. I don't think it's exposed enough. Because you watch MMA, people are getting bloody. People are getting beat up with knots on their head. And people like, no, I can't watch that. It's too gruesome. And so I think once you talk about any type of mixed martial arts or fighting or any self-defense, they automatically think MMA. So that kind of
fighting.
Fighting. Yeah. And so it's like they get defensive about it, But for me, I was just always interested in it, And so, but I was focused on football. I never had the opportunity. I couldn't go to anybody and be like, hey, man, I see you training. Like, training with you. I didn't know anybody, So it wasn't until after I graduated college, I played rugby with Joey Hahn, and he's a law enforcement here in Cape Colorado.
I know Joey Hahn. Shout out to Joey Hahn.
Joey, good people, bro.
Yeah,
Joey,
I see him cruising around Cape all the time.
Hey, Joey the man around here.
Yeah.
Joey the man. And so linked up with Joey Hahn, and he was like, man, I do Jiu Jitsu out in Jackson. So I was like, man, okay, like, that's dope. And I just kind of put it in the back of my mind. And then with me being in real estate, there's a guy named Jake Fish, and he sells commercial property around here.
I know Jake. Shout out to Jake.
Yeah. And so he told me that he did jiu-jitsu. And I'm like, at this point, I think he was like the second person to say something. So I'm like, okay, this is brought up to me twice. Like, I got to pay attention to this. And I was like, man, like, you mind if, like, can I go to a class with you? He's like, yeah, come on in. And, from there, that's when I just started really getting into it. So he kind of introduced me to it. And, man, from there, I've been going ever since, man. Yeah. It's a lifestyle now, man.
How many years?
I want to say going on, like, I think 4 years. If I'm not mistaken, going on 4 years.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's fun, man.
It is.
It's fun.
Or it's crazy because, like, my first day I went, like, I played football in college, so I've always been athletic.
Yeah.
I've always been strong. Light on my feet, quick. And so, when I got in there, I was just being athletic. And Coach
and everyone's
Brian,
like, hey, settle down.
Yeah, they was like, chill, slow, relax.
This ain't
right.
the front line or whatever they call it in football.
Right, because I don't know. I'm like, this wrestling. Like, I
Yeah.
got a little brother, so I'm like, man, we do this at the crib all the time.
Yeah.
But, of course, it's a little different. And Brian, he's the coach over there, black belt, and he's like, hey, man, you're doing good. He was like, let's roll. And I'm like, yeah, why not? Like, man, my first day, like, okay, I must be doing something good.
What?
Man. So he lays me down.
You was going too hard with everybody, and he said, I got to wrap this little dude up because he going too hard.
Bro, he humbled me so quick. Like, so when I first walked in, he was like, man, like, this is our program. Do you want to sign up? These are the packages we have. And I'm like, nah, man, I'm good. I'm gonna go through a class, and I'm going to see what it look like. I was like, man, save the paperwork for later on.
Right.
And so, fast forward, he was like, man, like, let's roll. And I was like, man, let's do it. And he was like, this is what we go do. He was like, I'm not going to submit you. I'm going to just lay on top of you. I'm going to just have you in full mount, and I just want you to get up. And I was like, man, come on. I can get up. Like, is that all you want me to do? This man held me down for 5 minutes.
And he is quite a bit older than you too. He's not like a young, athlete.
No, not at all. Like, gray hair, moves like a sloth, like chill guy. This man laid on me for 5 minutes, and I could not get up for the life of me.
Yeah, of course.
I could not get up, and I was like, "Where do I sign up at? Like that paperwork you was telling me about earlier.
That's
where's
funny.
that at? Like, and so that's what really got me really interested in it, because to me, I always equate things to real life scenarios, and I'm like, damn, like what if something happens to me on the street? And I get into an altercation, or somebody say something crazy to me, my family members, and I got to protect myself.
Right.
And this guy knows something, and I don't, and I can't even get up. And so for me, that was kind of like a reality check. It's like, okay, you need to learn something.
Right.
You need to
Self-defense.
learn something. You need to learn some type of self-defense, because people always be like, man, if I was in that position, this is what I would do. No, you don't. You don't know what you would do in that situation or that scenario. Like, you don't know how to think through your adrenaline, man. Stop lying to yourself.
If you're not a trained fighter and you go up against someone that's, been training for a couple years in almost any martial art, they're going to be able to beat you with that. Simple as that, especially jiu-jitsu, because, it's one thing to like strike with somebody.
Yeah.
A lot of times you see you can tell, like, two people fighting in a street fight. You can tell one of them, like, oh, he looks like maybe he boxed.
He know
but
what he
the other
doing,
guy,
yeah.
he's throwing his hands, like, you know what I'm saying? He's swinging them, and if you get clipped, that's most men have knockout power on the feet. You're very explosive, but once you end up on the ground, you lose all that explosion. It's just, if you don't know the positions, then you're just
Bro,
beat.
You're done.
You're beat, like.
You're done. It's
especially with the clothes on, and you can, like, man,
all the pulling, and
it's ridiculous. How, like, all the different grips you can get on someone's clothes, and like you get a grip on the sleeve, and now they can't even use their arm. They're trying to figure out, why can I not use my arm? How's he holding my arm like this? How's he choking me with my own arm? Like,
and you out. Now your girl screaming, get off of him, let him go now. Like,
see, I think that martial arts is very important for. It's kind of like, if everyone has a gun on their hip, there's gonna be a lot less shootings.
Absolutely, I 100% agree with that.
Because it's like you're forced to respect everybody else.
Yeah.
So it's like, when everyone knows how to fight, there's a lot more respect and understanding as well.
Right.
You and I understand that if we get into a fight on concrete, one of us can end up dead.
Just like
real
that.
quick, just from getting swept off the feet, getting taken down, like double leg, single leg. Like, you get scooped up and land on your head so quick. Like, just, or even if we just roll very softly to the ground, once we get down there, we're about to get scraped up, banged up. Because, I mean, come on, now it's concrete.
Right, you go get scratched up down there.
So that's why, like, if I'm ever in a situation where I'm on concrete or gravel and I'm about to get into it with someone, I would be so much more hesitant to engage with somebody than, like, on grass.
Absolutely.
Like, nah, that's, like, I'm not trying to fight on concrete.
No,
but if we do, it ain't gonna be no grappling. Like, I'm gonna fucking hit you and then move out the way. And I'm like, we're not about to tie up, because, that's bad stuff. But yeah, when more people, and then also the confidence that you get knowing you can defend yourself, it's like you don't worry about a fight, so therefore you'll also never feel pressure to fight.
Yeah.
A lot of people feel pressured to fight. Like, if someone's running their mouth to you out, Walmart, whatever, maybe they're like, all right, bitch, fight me. Like, this man just called you a bitch. Now it's like, you know what I'm saying? You don't want to feel like one.
He provoked you now.
But knowing that you're not one, knowing that you can fight, they can't make you feel like that.
No way.
Like, since I've been training and fighting for the last 5 to 7 years, I've only been in one fight on the street, and that's because the dude disrespected my house, but other than that, I haven't had to fight nobody.
Yeah.
And it's crazy, because also when you train, you have a different energy, a different posture, a different, like people can tell. Like, I'll be shopping at Walmart and someone will just walk up to me like, you fight, don't you?
That's crazy.
Like, yeah, how do you know? It's like, I can just tell. And it took me a couple years, because I couldn't tell, but now I can tell when I see somebody. I'm like, I can tell if someone wrestles. I can tell
That's crazy.
if someone can box. It's just the way their posture, the way they walk.
They move.
You know, the way they move. It's just different.
That's crazy.
You know, so
It feels like a superpower.
it definitely.
I tell people, like, if you know something, like any type of mixed martial arts, like it's like a superpower out here, and like you got to be responsible with it. At the end of the day, you know, you got some people that they
take advantage of their
take
power.
advantage of it. But kind of like you said, you're mindful about it. Like when you first get into it, you may be like, dang, I wonder if this really worked. But after a while, you like, I don't even want to try this because I could really hurt somebody.
I mean, if you're an MMA fighter, you're gonna know if it works.
Oh yeah. See, y'all do it. Yeah.
See, because and that's another thing. Like, I know what I can do against some regular guys.
Yeah.
Because look what I can do against another guy that's training every single day to fight. Yeah. So, like, I mean, I'm very confident that I can take, like, 3 to 5 guys that aren't trained fighters on the street. Like, I'm very confident I can take out, like, a little group of guys.
Just like that.
Just like that. It's going to be all head kicks and, you know, like, I'm very confident I can do that, you know. But, damn, what was I about to say? It was something good. I forgot. Shit.
Man, it's gonna come back to you.
Yeah,
it's gonna come back.
But okay, so yeah, that's what I was gonna say. So like me personally, I feel like it's kind of up to martial arts instructors to get to know their students.
Absolutely.
Because if I know you're a hothead, I know you can't control yourself, I'm not gonna teach you how to fight.
Yeah.
Why would I do that? That's like giving
That's a liability.
It's like giving, like, someone's like talking about, oh, I just want to kill my boss, and then like you give them a gun. Like, no, that's not like
that's what I'm saying.
So yeah, like for example, I used to have this one guy I was training in calisthenics. I just, you know, would work out with him, you know, and we did this for probably like a year, and I probably like doubled his strength in like 6 months, and he was coming consistently. He wasn't even working out before he started working out with me. And then and he would always want me to teach him martial arts, but something in me, I just didn't want to, which is weird because I love martial arts and I love to teach, you know, but something just was telling me no. And then, you know, he would come over and tell me stories about, you know, how he wanted to fight. So, like, I could just tell if I taught him, he's going to go knock people out with this. So I never really wanted to teach him. I only gave him like a couple lessons, and most of the time I just show him like a jab or something. And then I'd be like, all right, let's spar.
Something like nothing.
You know what I'm saying?
Take back home and try to hurt somebody with.
Right, but. And I'm glad I did that. And also, we had a falling out because he kind of stabbed me in the back. So,
dang.
And when he did that, so check this out. Dude tried to holler at my chick, right?
Come on.
And then he came to my house, right? And I asked him about it right on my front porch, and he was like, he tried to play stupid. I said, look, before he even said something, he started saying something. I said, look, don't even play stupid, don't lie. You should know that I know. Like, I know. I seen the messages. Like, what made you think that was gonna fly?
Wow, he was trying to deny it.
And he said, my cousin. I said, so first he didn't know what I was talking about because he played like he didn't know what I was talking about, and then he went from he didn't know to it was his cousin with his phone. I said, man,
come on,
you ain't shit, man. Get the fuck off my property. I could have whooped his ass,
bro, just like that.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
what did he do after you said that? He just walked off.
Just walked off.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But and it's like, yeah, a lot of people in my situation, they would have beat his ass.
Oh yeah.
You
Probably would have got off on him. Yeah. Yeah.
But why would I do that? You know, that's not gonna do anything for me.
That's what I was gonna say. It's like,
you know,
there's no winning in that situation for you.
There's not.
There's no winning. Okay, you knock him out, like, oh, you a trained fighter, like, okay. But it's like there's no winning. Like, no winning at all. So
and now I'm in the wrong.
Right.
You know, I just let him be in the wrong because, you know, he lost a good friendship, probably the only good friendship he had. You know, all the people he had around him was snakes, and You know,
Lost a good friend.
but
That's crazy.
So I feel like martial arts is especially for the people that don't like fighting and are actually scared of fighting, because once they learn how to fight, then their mind's never gonna shift to now when someone's talking shit. I can do something now. Like no, their minds like me. My mind stays the same. Like
Yeah.
I don't think any differently about fighting in the street. I don't think I can. The only thing that I think differently now is I know that if I have to fight, I'm good.
What you capable of?
You know what I'm saying?
You good,
But
man.
you know what I'm saying? But I know that 99.9% of the time, when you think you have to fight, you don't have to fight. And if you if you just have a level of calmness and confidence, you can pretty much, just talk about it and then walk away.
Yeah. I think if people that's always trying to fight, they always got something to prove. Like,
right.
What do you got to prove, man? Like, you good, But I think the people that don't know how to fight, they always trying to fight. Just to be like, okay, let me go out here and let me do that. But the ones that know how to fight,
they got something to prove. Get in the cage.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
like
let's really fight then.
Yeah,
let's really fight.
Cause that's where I prove myself.
Yeah,
Yeah.
See, people.
Like, why I'm gonna fight in the street? I'm not gonna get no belt from that.
Like, there's no way.
I'm not gonna get no belt from that. That's not nothing.
Right, you out here fighting for free. Like, what? Come on, man.
Unless maybe I get on film.
Yeah,
and then I get post it and get some views.
That's about it. Yeah, man, I love it. I love the self-defense aspect of it more than anything, and I think that's what kind of has my heart with jiu-jitsu, because it's like I can defend myself and I can mitigate the situation without inflicting harm or pain on that next person.
Right.
Too.
You ain't gotta break their face.
Right,
You can just choke them to sleep real quick.
Man, because it's crazy, because I have me and my close friends, we are co-founders of a program called the Honorable Young Man's Club. And we deal with at-risk kids. So we're talking kids that's been through trauma and everything else that come from these neglected backgrounds. Not all of them, but a good amount of them. And there was one kid in my program, he was getting bullied, and he just stayed to himself. He's a quiet kid, didn't mess with anybody, but he was getting bullied. And I went to the principal, and I wanted to figure out, like, what are the rules? Like, if a kid is getting bullied, what options does he have? And he's telling me, he was like, hey, if a kid is getting bullied, you should let us know. And I was like, okay, what if the bully starts, throwing punches and strikes? They was like, well, yeah, you see, like, hit him back. They were like, well, he'll get suspended. Well, we all know in our culture is if somebody hits you, you hit them back, And I was like, well, what if my kid decides to hit him back? And he was like, well, both of them will be suspended. And I was like,
see, when I was in school, they would say the only way that you can fight back is if you're like in a corner and you can't get away from the person.
Really?
So basically, if you can't run from them,
then they want you to just that's crazy.
So like if you're backed into a corner, then it's okay to like fight your way out of it.
Yeah. See, I don't know. That's wild to me. Like, it's self-defense though. If this guy's bullying me, like, a kid is gonna get fed up because.
Oh. Switch the camera to him. What did?
Black, so you can just cut off the black portion.
Do what?
Do you want me to switch it down?
I gotta turn the thing off because I just heard that kick on. Hold on 1 second. I was like, what is that sound?
We'll just cut out this portion. Mm-hmm. Splice it together. It's going good so far, right?
Man, I like it. Do you do any training?
No, but I want to. Now
Man.
that every single person he gets on here, I'm so jealous.
Bro.
Every single person he's got on here so far
Man,
is like a blue belt or something. I'm like,
You didn't pause it, did you?
no, it's okay.
Oh, okay.
You just cut this part, and after I press the fade to black button,
All right,
you
let's
say
do it.
sorry, technical difficulties. You want to go right now?
Yeah, come on. What's going on? All right, my bad. I had to turn off the AC. You might hear it for a couple more minutes till it kicks off. But yeah. So the Honorable Young Men's Club.
Yeah.
Do y'all teach any? Like, have y'all had any like self-defense lessons for the kids in that club? Or
Yeah, a little bit. Like, in the summertime, we try to put those camps on too as well. But we do have to be mindful of the kids that we dealing with too. Kind of like you said, what we teach them, because they go out and try it. Like you teach a kid something, they go be like, man, yeah. And so we do really harp on why it's important to know this, but also, man, it's a superpower. Like you said, you go up against the average Joe or somebody that don't know this, man. 3 months of jiu-jitsu go a long way against somebody that don't know nothing.
Right.
You know, and so we really harp on like, okay, this is nothing to play with. You know, like you're learning skills that can be used to really protect you, and that can hurt or harm other individuals if it's not used in the correct manner. You know, so we put on camps. We have Brian come down and he put on camps, you know, for the kids, and the kids really take to it. You know, man, they kids, they like to wrestle, they like to have fun. So
Right.
if you can organize it and teach them some techniques behind it, man, they catch on to it just like that. Man.
Right.
They catch on to it just like that. So, yeah. But like as I was saying with the principal, he was saying if a kid throws a strike, they get suspended. So I was like, what do you consider the strike? You know, like if he throws a punch or a slap or anything like that. So I was like, so what if my kid is able to subdue the situation without harming this other kid? They was like, well, if he doesn't throw a strike, he doesn't get suspended. And so for me, that's when I was
Okay,
like,
arm drag, take the bag.
you hear me? Like choke him out. Like he's done. Like I didn't throw a strike. And, you know, I offered jujitsu to this kid, and man, kid did a 180. Like bully don't even mess with him no more. And I don't think he did anything to the bully. It was just the fact, like you said, that confidence goes up.
Yeah.
You start walking a little different. You start talking
Yeah.
a little different. You start moving a little different. And bullies know, like, wait a minute, something going on. This ain't the same person. Man, he took to it so good. He even competed, which was crazy. Like, I had to beg him to get on the mat when we got in there.
Yeah.
To him hitting me up, like, when we go in the next class, like, I'm ready to compete again.
That's
It was
awesome.
like, man, I love it, man.
Yeah. That's awesome. Yeah, you changed the kid's life. I wish I would have had someone do that for me when I was younger.
Man.
Because, dude, I was terrified of fighting when I was younger.
Really?
Terrified of it, yeah.
That's so crazy.
I mean, I grew up watching martial arts movies, and so that was like, to me, that's what fighting was like. Like you really got to know what you're doing. So, and I know I didn't know that stuff, so I just thought like I ain't got no place fighting.
Right, kind of.
I had no idea what am I supposed to do. Like, so man, I had so many days where, I just wish I wish I knew how to fight just so I could fight this person trying to fight me and just get on with my day.
Yeah.
Dude, there was this one time, man, this older kid was trying to fight me. And to this day, if I ever see him, I'm going to smack him upside his fucking head. I will straight smack him upside his head. But like he was trying to fight me, and man, this dude just straight punked me, bro. Like I was froze, just sitting there, just waiting for him to leave, just so I could walk away and go home. I swear to God, we sat there for hours. Like, he just kept telling me, stand up, let's fight. I can't even understand, like, what it was is we liked the same girl. I was dating her first, and then we broke up, and he started dating her, and I guess, like, that's why he didn't like me, because she probably still liked me, because I looked better than him, because he was some fucking ugly, goofy-ass looking white boy,
Man.
you know, and, you
Probably
know.
jealous.
You know, I get the best of both worlds. He don't like that because I'm white and black. And
Oh man, he said the best
better
of
than
both
him. I don't know, man. He's just.
It's
just
probably the
jealous.
odds, man.
But look, so I told Keith about it, and I was with my friends one day. Keith calls me out of nowhere, and Keith was like, and I was probably like, what, 14 or 15 back then. So I wasn't you know what I'm saying, a little kid. I was a teenager,
you
but I
old
was still
enough.
scared to fight. And Keith calls me and says, wasn't that kid bullying you or whatever? I said, yeah. He said, all right, bet. He's here right now at the mall. So Keith tried fighting him.
Oh, snap.
And so what did he do? Now he's the one sitting there frozen, scared. And Keith starts smacking him upside the head.
Yo.
Yeah, straight. Yeah.
Hey,
so he
that's
got what he
crazy.
deserved. I guess he didn't know I had a big brother. So
Hey, what go around, come around.
yeah, exactly.
Karma caught him real quick.
Same thing. Yeah, Keith definitely has helped me out with a lot of bullies. Like, I mean, not like a whole lot, but definitely probably more than I even think of, because the fact that when people see I got an older brother, you know, as kids, they know, okay, I can't fool with
I
him.
can't
'cause
mess with
then-
him. Yeah, that's
like,
big bro.
There was this one kid that used to always mess with me at the skate park. Like, he just being an asshole to me. Like, just being super rude,
Being a
trying to
dick for no
trying to
reason.
run like, oh, don't skate right here. I'm doing something here, this and that. And then once Keith started skateboarding after me.
Yeah.
But then when he started coming out to the skate park and he seen that he was my older brother, he never fooled with me after that again.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
They know what they doing. Bullies know.
They know what
they
they're
be
doing.
man.
Yeah, I can't stand it.
I was bullied for 2 years too. Like, didn't do anything. Like, kind of froze up.
They're lucky I didn't know how to fight because they would have been towed up from the floor. Like my son, you know, I started him in Taekwondo when he was like 5, and 5 or 7, something like that. He did Taekwondo for like 2 years. He's been doing Jiu Jitsu now for a couple years.
Nice.
And of course, like, he's always been around for the last 5 years. Like, he spent hundreds of days, hundreds of hours, probably thousands of hours actually. Definitely thousands of hours just watching, because he's there at the dojo with me.
Right.
So, you know, fighting is nothing new to him. Like, he's done jiu-jitsu tournaments. He's done a kickboxing tournament. And so I never have to worry about someone bullying him. I know he
Yeah.
can hold his own. You know,
Man.
last year he said there was this kid trying to fight him after school.
Hey.
I'm like, oh, it's look, I know it's bad. I try not to encourage him because I know, like, I don't want him to fight, but it's weird. This is a small part of me that wants him to beat up a bully, you
I see
know,
what you're
because
saying.
like they be deserving it,
Hey,
you know.
bullies do. I ain't gonna lie. Like,
So
some bullies do.
he said the kid was trying to fight him after school when he was walking home, following him. He was following my son and his friend. And then the kid was even saying, I'm going to follow you home. I'm going to come to your house. I was like, Willie, you should have stomped him then. Like, if he does it again, you're going to get him.
Handle that.
So the next day I drove, and instead of picking him up from the school, I parked down the street in the direction they're walking. Because I want to see what's going to shake, what's going to happen. And not only was I there, but another dad was there too, because his son, look, my son was walking with another kid.
Okay.
And the kid was like trying to pick with both of them, you know, but our, you know, my son and the other kid, they don't want, like, dude, the kid is lucky. Like, my son could have done whatever. He can beat him on the feet, on the ground, you know, or on the feet. I mean, he can kick a kid in the head so fast,
Just like that.
You
this
know,
kid don't even know.
Like his first jiu-jitsu tournament, he beat like 4 different kids, and every match he did a different submission on each kid.
How old is he?
He's 11 now. He'll be 12 soon.
Man, he's
But yeah,
lethal.
but the kid didn't follow him after that. It was just the one day I was like, dang, I missed it.
Yeah, that's lethal.
But
Man.
but I'm glad, because like my son it's like he can't be bullied.
Yeah.
Like, they can try, but it don't affect him. It don't. If anything, it might get on his nerves a little bit, but it's not gonna make him feel like a
still
coward.
small.
Like
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, it's no big deal.
Man.
You know.
I think all kids should do jujitsu or some type of self-defense. Like, number one, it gives you confidence.
Right.
To know that you can do something capable. To kids, it's fun at the end of the day. But I think it's important because, number one, it builds confidence and they can work through those nerves.
Self-esteem as
Yeah.
well.
Like, competitions, like, I would think all people should do competition, even if you don't want to do competition, because that's the closest thing to organized fighting that you can get to.
Right.
Like, most people, like, you train, but then if something happens, like, you're not used to working through adrenaline. Because it's easy.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
it's easy to just go in and flow roll. But when you in a tournament and you got adrenaline going through your body, and, you know, you got to manage your grips, you got to slow your breathing down.
Man,
like, you got to think
it's
through
different.
adrenaline. It's different. Like, I remember my first competition. I think it was in Springfield. I was a white belt at this time.
Okay.
And I was feeling pretty good. Like, I'm like, okay, Cody's been coaching me up. Brian's been coaching me up.
You weren't nervous?
Not really.
Not for real, because you didn't know what you was getting yourself into.
I didn't know what I was getting myself into. And plus, I played college football, so, like,
yeah,
you know, playing
game
at
day is
SEMA,
nothing.
right? Like, we played against, like, Ole Miss and some big schools, so I'm used to big crowds. But when I got on that mat, I'm like, hey, this is a little different. Like,
You was feeling like, whoa.
Right. It's imano. Like, it's man on man. And so we slap hands, bump fists. As soon as we slapped hands, everything that I thought I knew out the window, bro. I forgot everything I learned. Like, and I was like, what just happened to me? Like, and he was a college wrestler too.
Yeah. Dang.
So it was takedowns, my feet all in the air. Like, you hear me? I'm on my neck. I'm on my back. I'm like, ugh. I'm like, ugh. And but it was good because, like I said, most people don't know how to think through adrenaline. You know, they go out there and they throwing, like you said, haymakers and everything else. You tire yourself out in a few minutes. But when you in these competitions, man, you got to learn how to pace yourself. You got to learn how to think through adrenaline. You just got to know how to do that. So that's why I personally think everybody should do some type of mixed martial arts and then compete with it too. If you only compete one time, that's good. At least you know what to expect.
Right.
As well. So.
You know, you got a lot of black belts that have never competed in like taekwondo and karate and stuff like that. Yeah.
That's crazy.
See, I plan on having my own dojo one day. I actually wanted to create my own martial art. Like my own system for my own belt system.
Yeah.
And like to rank up from white to the next belt, you're going to have a certain level of jiu-jitsu, like a certain level of grappling, a certain level of takedown offense and defense, a certain level of boxing, and a certain level of kicking, a certain level of elbows. Elbows and knees can kind of, that's more like upper belt stuff. But yeah, I want to have like my own system.
That's dope.
You know, because for MMA, more like an MMA system,
but with a ranking of
and a certified one that people recognize. Like if you're a black belt under my martial art, like, oh, this guy can punch, kick, knee, throw, sweep, take
all
down,
of that. Yeah.
Submit,
He's the whole
ground
package.
and pound, like he knows, like he's proficient in everything. Like,
yeah,
that's because you don't really have any martial arts like that.
You don't.
So I think the most well-rounded martial art is probably Sambo.
I've seen that.
That's what I would think. But yeah, I think it'd be cool to have like my own system.
Oh, that'd be fly.
And also because in MMA, okay, for example, you and I have been training for like in Jiu Jitsu probably around the same amount of years. I started like backyard Jiu Jitsu like 10 years ago. So like my first MMA fight, I was 17. That was 11 years ago.
Man.
So and I knew how to do like a triangle, arm bar, rear naked choke, guillotine, omoplata.
Yeah.
I didn't know all the small little details like if I get you in the triangle and I'm squeezing and you're not tapping, it's not really I don't know how to make the proper adjustments. But I knew what they were and I could land them. I could submit people, because I did. But I didn't start formally training in jiu-jitsu until about 5 years ago.
Okay.
And I'm still a white belt. But that's because I was training under an MMA instructor that doesn't do the jiu-jitsu, belt, and it's no-gi as well.
Yeah.
So I would
that's
love.
a little harder to rank. Yeah.
Like
I can see that.
if I'm teaching MMA, I don't know. I just think it would be cool to be able to award belts to MMA fighters. Even if they don't wear them when we're training. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Just to have.
Just that level.
Right.
Man,
I just think it's cool. But at the same time, we got other type of belts we can win.
Yeah.
So
those belts, man, those are accomplishments. Like,
oh yeah,
I like that. Like, because we all chasing something at the end of the day, but it feels good to be rewarded because your efforts are
it's just a symbol of your
it
hard
is.
work.
Like, it doesn't like represent like, oh, this is like, no, like, man, you've been killing it, man. Here you are.
Right.
Like, this is a milestone in your journey. Like, I think belts are important, man.
Yeah.
Big time.
Yeah. So MMA, it'd be nice to have our own like system and our own belt, because if someone says, "Oh, I do MMA," you can't ask, "Oh, what belt are you?"
Yeah, or level.
All you can ask them is their record. The records don't also always reflect how good you are as well. So like my MMA record's 4-4. That's a shit record if you ask me. That's a shit record.
Yeah.
But that's because my first 7 fights, or let's just say my first 4 fights, I wasn't doing nothing. I wouldn't run, and I wouldn't. I was still smoking cigarettes back then. So my first fight, I was 17. It was Keith and I. We had our first MMA fight on the same day, same card here in Cape at Arena Building. So, and I was the first fight of the night. And I was not nervous at all, not a lick of nerves. It was just another day.
Yeah.
I woke up. I think I had like half of a biscuit for breakfast, and that's all I ate all day. And then I smoked a blunt. We smoked a blunt before we went to the fights. Yeah, when we got there, we were fucking blowed. I was sitting in the stands just falling asleep, just waiting.
And you got the first fight of the night.
Yeah. By the time I got in the cage, of course, my high wore off, you know, but I was blowed when I got there.
Yeah.
We smoked every day. It was nothing different, you know. So, but yeah, I had my first fight. I won. And look, second round. So I won the first round. Second round, we're on the feet. I'm telling you, I was so exhausted. I'm so exhausted. I was like, I can't do anymore. I was in my head. I'm like, I can't. I'm like
physically,
I
physically
done. Can't. But I was whooping dude's ass.
Yeah.
I whooped dude's ass. At the end of the first round, I was he was turtled up. I was on his back. Boom, 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 and then the bell rang. I was like, no, no. So we came out second round.
On the ground again.
I think I landed a couple punches, a couple kicks, whatever, and he was literally standing there doing this. His eyes started rolling into the back of his head. I was like, "Oh yes, please, just fall over, just fall over." Go. And I was like, "Is he gonna give up? I think he's gonna give up. Please give up," because I was so exhausted. And I was like, I touched gloves with him to see if he wanted to keep going.
And just want to make sure.
I dapped him up.
Good?
And then I took a step back and I was like, shit.
I gotta hit him.
So I started coming forward to hit him, and then the ref stops. The ref jumps in and was like, Are you good to keep fighting? And he shook his head no. And then the ref called out. I was like, yes. I was like, thank you. Because I was dead tired.
Hey, that's no joke. Like,
but I was still gonna keep going. Like, dude, I got the fight in me.
That
like
warrior spirit. I ain't no giving up.
Yeah,
man.
I won't give up.
Man,
yeah.
I got like before I really got into jiu-jitsu. Like, you see it on TV and you like, man, I could do that. Or it can't be that bad.
It's so easy on TV.
Come on, like, oh yeah, fourth round. Like, come on, you good, bro. I got so much respect for MMA fighters. Just anybody that really trains in general. But especially MMA fighters, like that takes some endurance,
dude.
Like, it takes so. I don't think people really understand like
they don't
the rounds that y'all go in the training, like even the training camp that goes into it. I'm like, bro, these are modern day gladiators. Like, I don't care if a guy is 0-4. If he steps in that cage, he got my respect. You got my respect off real. I don't care if you getting beat up, like your record tell you got my respect. No. Because, like, to even step into the cage, number one, hey, that's crazy. Like,
I've seen a lot of trained fighters back out from fights. I've seen guys back out in the back.
That's crazy.
Getting their hands wrapped. Now they can't fight. Oh, my spleen. The doctor warned me about this.
Nah, it's too late.
Like literally, no, I've seen people do that.
No way.
You know my teammate, Gavin Bland.
Yeah.
He was supposed to fight in Paducah. I fought... or who fought that night? Caleb fought.
Yeah, Caleb. I was training with your boy. Yeah.
Caleb beat the snot out of his guy, and then Gavin was supposed to fight after him, and we kind of think Caleb kind of had dude scared too because he already had seen me fight before, so he knew I was a beast. And then he's seen our other teammate Caleb fight, and he had to fight Gavin, the scariest looking one of all of us. You know, even though it's different weight classes, he still looked the scariest.
Yeah.
And dude literally. He said he couldn't fight in the back, and Gavin had probably 50 fans there. Who know, like everyone drove to Paducah to watch it, and in the back, dude said, "I can't fight."
Can't do it.
I walked up to the dude. I'm like, "What's going on, man?
No
you
way.
can't fight?" He said, "Yeah, man, my spleen." Said some dumb shit.
Bro.
I said, "Oh my god, dude, sounds like you need to go to the hospital." He said, "I can't, man. My teammate's fighting."
Yeah.
I said, you
trying to
pussy ass.
You trying to duck this fight, bro.
Straight scared, bro. Like,
bro, just go take
and
your
this dude
L
was
like
a black
man.
belt in karate. We ain't even gonna say his name on here, but if he hears this, he knows who he is.
Oh my god, bro, just go take your L.
Come
bro.
on,
Like,
man.
Come
if
on.
if your intestines is literally hurting where you
spleen.
can't fight, you should be on your way to the hospital, bro.
Right, your spleen. He's talking about a spleen. I knew a guy played football. He got hit so hard.
He said one of his organs. I don't know if it was spleen, but he said something.
I'm gonna say if
it
it's
was
spleen,
one of
like,
his organs.
you gotta go to Southeast right now, St. Francis. Like, you need
Dude.
to get up out of here. That's crazy. Nah,
It's
man.
just excuses, man. I had so many fights where I really shouldn't have been like fighting, probably because I had injuries and because I was doing certain things. Like I think when I fought at the casino in Cape, it was the day before my birthday. I guess I had just been taking too many pain pills. I mean, obviously that's what it was. I'm not really guessing. That's what it was. And my stomach was fucked up. Like, it was hard to even train. Like, I'm talking hard to even train. Whole time I'm be training for 2 hours, a few times a week, stomach hurting the whole time.
Dang.
The whole time. And so after I cut weight, and then the next day I ate so I cut weight, and then I think I ate too much and drank too much water. My stomach was toe up. Like, when I stepped into the cage, I started bouncing around. I bounced a couple times. I said, oh. I was like, oh, shit. And in my head, I'm like, damn, I can't even bounce around. How am I supposed to fight? I said, well, I guess I better just not bounce.
Right. Like,
But
I gotta
of course,
figure out a way.
once the fight started, I didn't feel nothing.
Go
But
out, yeah.
then the next day, it was my birthday, right? You think I'd be celebrating just my birthday?
I know you was down there.
I was in the ER. Stomach fucked up.
What?
Bad.
It was
I'm talking
that bad?
bad pain. I'm talking like, bro, I'm in the ER on my birthday. I'm not doing some shit like that unless it's serious. I'm in there.
Dang.
I'm talking, I felt like I was going to die. Like, my stomach was messed up.
What'd they say?
They didn't have to say nothing. What did they say? Probably something dumb. Say ER.
Dang.
What are they gonna
I'm
do?
gonna say,
What test can they run?
If you got to go to the ER, yeah, you was down bad. You was down.
Stomach
bad.
was toe up.
Dang.
Yep.
Nah.
All from taking pain pills. So, but did I back out of my fight? No.
There's no way. You can't, man.
Dude, I had 5 fights where I couldn't even make a full fist. Like, my finger, I couldn't bring it down.
Yeah.
Like, it was because we were doing judo, and Gavin threw me, and then as he was walking away, I had my hands on the mat, and he stepped on my finger, and it's still, this was 5 years ago. To this day, it still is not, like,
Really?
healed up perfectly. Yeah. So, yeah, when you're in the dojo, make sure you're not putting your hands, don't put your hands down on the mat, because if someone steps on your finger, it can be a lifelong injury for real.
That's ball game.
I could not make a fist, and I had like 5 fights before I actually said, okay, I think I need to go to the doctor and get this checked out.
Yeah.
And I felt like an idiot because all this time my finger was messed up. I could have healed it through just using, all the doctor did was give me some like Play-Doh type putty and just had me do certain exercises with it. And a few weeks later,
You was good.
like it was, I could already, like, it went from here to down here, and yeah.
Back to a fist now. That's crazy. All because
Right.
he stepped on it.
Yeah.
Man.
And it's still messed up to this day. It'll
That's
still
wild.
flare up too if I hit it, if I throw a punch and it hits wrong or something.
Yeah.
It'll be hard for me to make a fist, and I got to start using my putty and stuff.
He
Yeah.
said, "Got to get back to
Gotta
rehab."
get back to the
with it.
rehab for real. Yeah, like, people don't understand injuries. They don't just go away.
No, you always gonna have a nagging injury. Like, if it ain't your back, your foot, like
Yeah.
that's what I learned in football. Like, on game day, you playing with an injury. You playing with some turf toe. Like,
Yeah. What's
you-
turf toe?
man, it's like where you literally jam your
Oh.
toe in the ground. Man, turf toe. Like, I'd rather have a hand injury, a back injury. Turf toe,
Guess what?
Worse
I
thing.
had that,
turf toe.
but from the mats. I
Where
stubbed
you
my
ju-
toe, and I swear to God, for months, this was months, my foot was not right.
Yep.
And guess what? I had to fight.
Still had to fight.
This was, like, leading up to my last MMA fight and some of those kickboxing tournaments, the IKF tournaments that I did. Yeah, my toe was messed up. I
Right.
couldn't
Can't
couldn't
even bend
bounce
it.
on,
Can't even. Yep.
couldn't bounce on it the way I need to. Like, yeah,
Man,
always
that's-
going through injuries.
Right.
Like, that's why if I make it to a fight with no injuries, I'm like, I'll be in the back just thinking like, man, what a present, what a blessing this is. Like, to be here with no injuries.
No injuries.
I can get in there and fight however I want, not to worry about not stepping too much hard on this foot, you know what I'm saying, not having my arms up too high because my ribs are hurt or, whatever it is.
Yeah.
But it's always something, dude. You just have to be a straight warrior.
Man,
So
you really do.
So my last fight, when I won this belt, I'm in the back getting warmed up, feeling good, doing my thing. So I was warming up on carpet, barefoot. And by the time, after like 10 minutes of warming up, I start feeling something on the bottom of my feet. I said, ow. The carpet rubbed my feet raw on the bottom, on the ball of my feet, like the part that you use to move on,
Absolutely.
obviously. And on both feet, I had big spots like this.
No way.
And I have to slow down my warm-up because if I keep doing this, guess what? They're about to pop open. Now I got open wounds on my feet into the fight. So I had to like pull back on my warm-up and I didn't even get to warm up fully how I wanted to.
Because they had carpet back
I should have had my, but now, lesson learned, now it's like if I don't have a mat, just keep the shoes on.
Right.
Which is harder to warm up with the shoes because, it's how you kick, you don't. So, yeah, it was dumb, dude. I'm like, are you kidding me?
That's crazy. Stuff you don't think about. Like, you warming up, you be like, dang, what's going on? That's why on carpet, that'd be some rough carpet.
Pissed me off.
That had to be some rough carpet. Dang.
It's because of how I move, too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like how Flash, when he runs the ground, catch on fire, that's kind of like me. So that's what was happening. It burnt my damn feet. So I was, and then they got my hands wrapped, and dude, I had to pee so bad.
Oh my
That's the worst,
that's
dude. When
crazy.
you gotta use the bathroom, but you can't. My hands are wrapped, and I got boxing gloves on. They're
taped.
They're tied and taped. So ain't no using the bathroom. You just gotta hold it in.
Just gotta hold it.
Just gotta hold it in. Can't think about it.
That's
This is the little things that really
that people don't think about.
Yeah, and they can get to you if you let them. But I don't let nothing get to me. Like, I don't know. I love it, man. And in a weird way, it's like it feels like, I don't know. I just feel like such a beast, such a like so.
Like a badass, bro.
For real,
that's what
like
it is. Like
when I watch the footage of me like walking out to the ring, like my face, how I look is just like, yeah, it's, and I really play into it as well.
Yeah, you really embody it, embrace it.
Like a lot of people, they're scared to let it out. How they really feel if they want to make a certain face, if they want to yell, if they want to do this, they don't. They try to hold things back, but. And it's understandable because in a way you have to have a certain type of composure and control. You can't just be acting like a freaking wild animal,
right?
You know what I'm saying? Unless some fighters are berserkers, like they're like a grizzly bear. They just maul you. But I'm not a mauler. I'm I'm like a technician.
Okay.
So I can't just go out there and like I have to really be on point and focused. Precise. Yeah. So. But at the same time, you got to use that animal in you to drive that. It's fuel,
Let that dog out, man.
Yeah, I love it, man. It's awesome. I don't know what I love more, fighting or watching the film afterwards. Like watching myself afterwards, I'm like, damn, like
that's really me out there.
That's really me. Like, holy shit, look at me. Like I'm a fucking beast. How'd I do that?
That's so crazy.
How'd I do that like that? But yeah, my last fight was really fun. It was really fun. Came out with no injuries, and that's always
that's a blessing.
Yeah, not getting injured. Like the guy I fought, he went and fought the weekend after that, and he got his face split. I'm talking big gash right here.
What, he got, a knee or elbow?
I think it might have been a punch, or there weren't elbows allowed in this, so and no knees to the head because it's amateur, so it probably was a punch, or it might have grazed the elbow. Oof. But I don't know. It was wide open, and he was calling me out in his interview. I said he needed to go ahead and get that stitched up before he started calling me
you worried
out.
about the wrong thing
right
now,
go get your face stitched up, brother. I ain't never had no stitches in all 21 of my fights.
Like, come on, you let that dude handle you like that? Got you bleeding and stuff? Come on, man.
Well, he beat 2 guys, so I guess he think now he's ready to step back up to the challenge of me, but nah,
ready.
Bro,
He ain't down on that level. Man.
Yeah, ready. It is so funny because in his interview, he said what he did, and what he did was exactly what I did to him.
What you mean?
He said, "Oh, I knew my opponent was going to come straight forward, so I was just going to use my movement, stay on the outside, because he's shorter than me." So he tried to do it. He did to him exactly what I did.
Oh.
But he can't do that to me because I'm bigger, I'm longer.
Yeah.
So
it's gonna be a different game plan.
I mean, there's nothing you got to get up in here. You got to pass the end of my range just to
you
get
long
in.
too. What's your reach?
Dang, we did it the other day. I think it was like 72 or something like that.
That's crazy, man.
I don't know. I think it was like 72 inches or something. But I don't know. I'll be forgetting numbers unless it's money in my wallet.
Right, you hear me?
And I forget that too. I used to be so good at keeping up with stuff, like different numbers. But once you get so much of something, it's hard, you know.
It is, yeah.
Like all the fights, it's hard for me to remember like every
fight.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so
that's how it is in football. Like, hey, remember this game? I'm like, no, I don't remember that.
But some
game.
guys, they're so good with stats, dude. They be remembering everything.
It's so crazy. It's like, right, it was third down and coach called this play, and then I'm like, bro, how do you remember all that? Like,
yeah,
I'm lucky to remember 2 plays from each game. Like, if I didn't get an interception or a kick return or a good tackle, I don't remember anything.
Right.
Like, that's it.
Right.
I don't remember nothing, man.
They say you remember more when you lose than when you win.
That shit hurt. Losing hurt. Like, losing hurt.
It does.
You get emotional when you,
dude. Like, look, you know how many days since this fight, how many days I could be just driving with my kids in the car, like doing whatever, and I think to myself, oh my God, what if I would have lost that fight? Like, I'd be thinking like I got the belt. What if, because I didn't knock him out. So the judges could have, we don't know what the judges are seeing.
Yeah.
He got all his fans there cheering him on. He got fucking 50 fans there cheering. Every time he do any little thing, I only got like 8 people there. But I had more people cheering for me, which is crazy because like when I go places and fight, I don't have a bunch of fans traveling to watch me, but there's always a bunch of people rooting for me. Like I don't know, they just love me.
That's dope.
They love my swag.
Man. Yeah.
Like, but I'm like, so when we was standing there about to get our hand, like they're about to say who the winner is, I'm like, fuck. I'm like, I think I might have lost this fight. Not because I didn't beat him, but because it's his hometown.
Yeah.
He got all them fans there. These judges might have seen him fight many times and they're biased. They're like, they know he's good. So that, you know what I'm saying? He's ranked like #1 in America, you know, because he's on the Waco kickboxing team. And that's like the biggest kickboxing amateur organization. They travel all across the world. And he's like the #1 guy. Like he won Waco Worlds like 3 times in a row or some shit. But so I'm thinking, damn, I hope these judges like seeing what I just did to this dude.
Yeah.
Because I pieced him up. I don't care what anybody says. Like,
you got the best.
And they tried saying it was two rounds. Like he had won 2 rounds, I won 2, and then the 5th was like a tiebreaker. But nah, I've went back and watched that fight many times, and I was piecing him up, like for real.
Getting treated like, man.
But still, I'm like, what if they would have robbed me and gave it to him? Oh, dude,
man,
I would have been salty,
been sick. You hear
sick,
me?
sick, for real.
Hurt, man.
Like, because this shit means everything to me.
Yeah.
Like, this is my whole life. Like, if this don't work out, I don't know what I'm going to do in my life.
Right.
You know? If this, like,
burn the ships, man.
You know, like,
sink or swim.
I barely can get enough viewers. I barely get 50 viewers on this damn podcast. You think he was going to watch it while you're fighting? Nigga, I'm like, oh, that's the old washed up Will.
Right, man. He'll
that's
washed beat up
Will.
Hey, I'm finna say, you can't be out here losing with a podcast. You got to be winning, man. I'm like, what you need a podcast for? Like, hey, you got to be winning, bro. Oh, for real.
Yeah, he just a talker. That's why he started that damn podcast.
You hear me? Like, oh, dang. Yeah. Made that boy change careers. Like, you know what? I'm finna get in this podcast game, bro.
They're going to stop asking me, when's your next fight? They're going to say, when your next podcast?
When your next podcast dropping? You like, oh, yeah, it's coming out soon. Yeah. Like, what?
But yeah, I was just like, damn, man. I'm so thankful that the judges knew what they were looking at, you know? Because I was piecing them up. So, and that's also why, as a fighter, like, it's always my goal to try to finish.
That's what I was finna say.
And I was trying to finish his ass, like, for real. At the end of round 4, I had him, man. I had him running. I was on his ass, but he got, it was only 2 minute rounds and the bell rang. But yeah.
Oh, really? How many? 5?
It was 5
rounds.
Yeah, 5 rounds. But yeah, definitely round 1, dude. Pieced him up, man. Pieced him up. Round 2 and round 3, I pulled back I let off the gas a little bit, and then round 4 and 5, I picked it back up.
Yeah.
And that's also important too. It's not about how you start, but it's also about how you finish. I finished.
Consistency
I finished
too.
way stronger than he did.
Really?
Yeah, he was done for.
Man, yeah, that consistency too, man. Man, that's what's up, man.
That's
what's up, man.
It was a good tough fight, and yeah, he won a rematch, but I mean, my instructor wants new challenges for me.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
I mean, he's a good challenge, but
you in the past, big dog.
I already beat him, so I mean, of course, every fight's a new fight, but I already beat him, so we pretty much know I'm gonna beat him again.
Yeah.
I mean, but we'll see, But also, like I told Chad, which is the promoter of Stand Up Fight Series, like the next time I fight there in St. Louis, I want to do a Muay Thai fight. You're allowed to do elbows, knees, and then you can sweep as well.
Nice.
Like you can clench.
Yeah.
With kickboxing, they've been changing the rules, making it where you can't like clench and knee. Like they've been doing dumb stuff with the rules. So I'm trying to kind of lean away from kickboxing.
Yeah.
But at the same time, that's how I feel. But my instructor, he don't care about that because he wants to see me knock more people out with my hands.
Okay.
So,
Dang.
But at the same time, it's like if I'm fighting somebody shorter than me, if they get on the inside, it don't make that much sense for me to be like, I just like having to clinch because I'm long. So I keep them out of range. Boom,
nice
boom, boom. I
distance.
piece them up. Now, if they break that distance, boom, I just heard clinch, knee, sweep, whatever.
Back them up.
Right.
Yeah.
And push off, whatever it is. Like they even said in the rules for that fight, you can't even push. So if we're boom, boom, if we're up close, I can't even push off. Like,
what?
I can't push them away from me.
Hey, that's
So I can punch them away from me, but I can't push them away. Like,
Get outta
can I
here.
post on? It's like, so, yeah, that's why I like MMA, because you can do, the most.
All of that, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? All of that, yeah. So that's,
Man.
but I love kickboxing, I love boxing. I love Jiu Jitsu as well, but Jiu Jitsu's kind of, it's less fun without punches.
Really?
Yeah.
You train no-gi too as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you ever trained gi?
Oh, yeah, I train gi.
Yeah.
Yeah, I go to Carpe Momentum.
Oh, yeah.
So I do gi there. They do no gi on Wednesdays. So
Which one you prefer, no-gi?
yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny because if I'm going up, I don't know. It's like sometimes I prefer gi against bigger guys because it allows me to get more grips to take them down.
Yeah.
It's harder to take down a bigger guy without. It's easier to take someone down when you have all these different things you can grab onto, and you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But at the same
Control it.
time, my grip fighting is not good because I did no-gi for 4 years. So,
Yeah.
So
your grips are, yeah.
So like I'm like I got 3 stripes on my white belt or something, but I'm like I'm a rookie when it comes to understanding the grips, breaking them, where to grab, stuff like that.
Hand placement.
Like, I mean, I understand a little bit about grips, but I'm not gonna pretend that, like anyone else has been training jiu-jitsu as long as me and the gi, like they understand way more about the grip system than I do. Like it's kind of, I get lost kind of with the grips. A lot of times when people grab certain grips to, like, I don't know if it's even threatening or not. I don't know if it's a threatening grip.
Like what that
until
grip mean.
now I'm getting choked. Okay, well, I should have broke that grip. Yeah. So, yeah, but so you plan on competing again or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, I think I'm addicted. Like,
yeah.
I'm a lifer, man.
So how often do you train?
Man, I just had some things going on in life, but usually if I'm set, man, I'm in there like about 6 days a week.
Oh,
man.
dang.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Like I say, it's only an hour. I go in for an hour. Like, but it's a good class though, cause I'm more about quality over.
It's only an
quantity.
hour?
Yeah.
But then you roll at the end.
That's what I'm saying. So
How many
each
days a
roll is
week do you
5.
roll when you're
I roll
going?
every
'Cause
time I go in.
every time?
Every time.
See-
At least 3 rounds.
See,
3 or 4, man.
I can't. Well, I do so much training outside of that as well. But if I roll more than every time I roll, almost every time. I'm not gonna say every time. I'm not gonna jinx myself like that. But almost every time I roll, my back is so tight the next day. It's the
Really?
same spot every single time. Every single time.
You doing any yoga?
I haven't in a while.
Man, try some yoga. Try some.
I haven't been stretching as much as I used to. Like earlier, like if you go back 5 years ago, dude, I used to spend hours and hours stretching every
Stretching,
week. But
yeah.
now I don't spend as much time stretching. I need to get back to stretching more for sure.
Yeah.
We get so focused on doing because I'll be so focused on like the martial arts techniques. I'll spend more time doing that and less time stretching.
Yeah.
So, but
Yeah, them stretches, because I like just from football, back issues and everything else. So when I got into it, like, because some people, they'll try to stack you and everything else.
oh
I'm
yeah,
like,
yeah.
now you got my knees all in my face. I'm like, bro,
Yeah.
let me up. And yeah, so I started stretching with hamstrings. Man, like even like 3 days a week made a huge difference for me, man.
I
Huge
just go get
difference, man.
massages.
Oh man, hey, them things put me to sleep, man.
Man.
Put me to sleep,
Rock-a-bye,
man.
baby.
You hear me?
I'll be in that chair like,
Hey.
oh yeah.
I'm snoring and everything. Yeah,
I can't
man.
wait till I'm a professional and really making good money fighting, because I'll be getting a massage every single
You
day.
hear me?
Every single day. Like if I had the money, I would go every single day.
Man, they game changer. You ever got a
Even
deep
20
tissue?
minutes. Deep tissue.
Yeah.
I don't really like deep tissue that much. I find that I'm more sore afterwards.
From a deep tissue? I
Yeah.
can believe that.
I need it
Yeah.
like nice and gentle. I talked about this for show yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like my massages very nice and gentle.
Yeah.
If they go deep, it hurts.
I can believe
It
that.
hurts.
Yeah,
I don't
them
like
deep,
that.
Them deep tissue massage, hey, them no joke. But I've heard there's so many great benefits from it. But man, I heard like with deep tissue, you can't even get your whole body done.
You can't?
You can't.
Why
'Cause
not?
It's I forgot what it's called. There's something that when you got sore muscles, and when you get down there, like your body is releasing toxins. from
Right,
there.
right.
So there's a guy. His name is literally Guy, and he has his own gym, and he does deep tissue massages. And he was like, I only have to do certain parts, because if I do your whole body, all those toxins
You're gonna
will
be
released.
sick.
You're gonna be sick.
Yeah.
And I'm like, for real? Man, I think somebody probably did like my arms and probably my back. Man, I was sore, like you said.
Yeah.
But I felt so good. Cause like it's
Like,
kind of
when that same day or
no,
the
not
next
that
day?
same day. Probably a few days later.
A few days later, yeah.
A few days later, like I felt brand new. I'm like, dang, cause they get all those knots out, like all those kinks and all those knots.
Shit, I got
Man.
marbles in my back.
You hear me?
I
Like,
swear. I'd be like, what is this? Like I don't even understand. For like I literally got rocks like
Something
on
right there.
on my freaking scapulas.
man,
And
it's
then-
those
and
knots,
what's-
man.
And what's weird is like when they'll be like rubbing it, it's like they rub down. It's like they're moving them. Like it'll move down my back. I don't know, man. I thought I understood the human body, but there's a lot about it I don't know.
Man,
Apparently,
it's weird.
Like-
That deep tissue, then like with the IT band and all of that, like, man, it all plays a role, and that's what I realized in college.
IT band.
Yeah, so like it goes down like from your hip, like all the way on the side of your knee, all the way down.
What's that? A ligament or something?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So that's like, man, if you see people that's not knee, that's usually, man, their IT bands are super tight. So
Mm.
that pulls their knees inside. And so it's on the outside. So if you see somebody that's having some type of issues or knee issues, it's probably got a super tight IT band. And they got to loosen that up. Because my close friend, one of my co-founders, Wiki, he has super tight IT bands. So I literally have to roll them out. And when I roll them out, his walk is different.
Wow.
Like, it's crazy. And so,
You probably need to be doing certain stretches as soon as you wake up.
man, as soon as you wake up.
Yeah.
But it's like, if your IT bands are tight, then it messes with your lower back. If it messes with your lower back, it messes with your shoulder, it messes with your
Your
walk.
neck.
You hear
yeah,
me? And you
everything.
like, man, what's wrong with me? Like, everything is connected. So if you can hit your IT bands, man, everything else will fall in place big time. Big time, man.
I feel like I probably stretch those a lot because I'll do the stretch where you step your foot behind and to the other side and squat down, and then you kind of lean to the side. So it's stretching out from your foot all the way up to your
all the way
to your arm,
all the way to the side.
You stretch like that, where you're like bowing your, you know what I'm saying, bowing your body. I do those a lot, and my favorite stretch now is where you twist to the side, and you like you send your knee up to one like the opposite side, and your elbow to the opposite side.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Every time I do that, it cracks my whole back. That's like one of my favorite stretches now.
I
like
love
literally
that.
For real.
Like, oh, I needed that. Yeah. What about you? Like chiropractors? You go to the chiropractor?
I did that for a few months, and yeah, I did like it. But I mean, I feel like it's a good. I think it's a good addition, like to have. It's like icing on the cake for sure.
It really is.
But I just I didn't want to pay for it.
Yeah,
you know,
that can be expensive.
I mean, I paid a few $1,000s for like a package deal for a certain amount of months, and honestly, I'd rather just go, like, if it's $20 for that session, I'd rather go get a massage.
Yeah.
I just
saying, you get
because it's always my muscles just sore, dude, every day.
Yeah,
for real. You ever take ice baths?
In college, I did, man.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie. I don't like the cold, man. Like, I don't like the cold weather. I don't like no snow. So when they said ice baths, I'm like, man.
Yeah,
but there's so many good benefits from it. Like,
if you start doing it, look, if you put it into your daily regimen, you're gonna fall in love with it.
Really?
Yeah, well, especially if you're training like every day or 5 times a week. I mean, I can't live without it.
How often you take them?
Every day.
Really?
Yeah. If I'm training that day, I'm taking one.
You just jump in it.
Yep.
That's crazy.
I do like 3.5 to 5 minutes. That's my ice bath right there.
And you just
You
jump
didn't even
in.
notice it, huh?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, I'll let you check it out later. It's cold. It's probably like 36 degrees right now.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Man, shout out to you.
All I need now is a sauna.
Man.
If somebody, if somebody want to donate a sauna to Powerful Fitness, just hit me up.
Hey, I do a sauna steam room. Man, I'm good on that.
Dude, I'm kind of salty because I was so close to buying like a little 2-man, 3-man sauna before the pandemic, and they had them online for like $1,500. Some nice ones, like $1,500 to like $3,000.
Oh, that's not bad.
I'm like, okay, shit, I could buy me one of those, but good luck finding one now. I ain't seen
Snatched
one.
up, man.
Yeah, they all
Snatched
been
up,
they
man.
gone. The only ones I'm seeing, I think the cheapest one I've seen, and I'm talking about the traditional one, not the infrared. I don't really like the infrared.
Okay.
I like the traditional with the
Yeah.
rocks and pour water on it, kind of
I see
steam
what
up
you're
a
saying.
little.
Steam up.
I like
yeah.
the heater, not them red lights. I don't know, man. I don't trust them things. Them things weird.
You in there
I'm
cooking.
not trying to
like
cook
some,
myself.
You hear me?
Like
some
I don't know.
rotisserie
This
chicken.
it was like a damn oven or something. Like, I mean, it's cool, but I just want a traditional one. But the cheapest one I seen was like $4,600. I'm like, I ain't got the money for that right now.
Yeah, you got to save up for that. That's
But they do have a payment plan, so I might end up getting one. Yeah, I might end up getting one by like the end of this year, the end of next year, or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't want to have too much. Like right now, I'm paying for this Invisalign. Once I get this paid off, then I might feel comfortable with another payment for something else.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to have to. Because also I want my credit to drop down from having too much stuff. You know what I'm saying? I got car payment, this, that. You know. So I know things help it go up, but if you have too much, then credit's weird, man. It's weird. It's a very, very weird.
Bro, credit's a scam, bro.
It's a straight.
Like, it's
I'm
a scam.
telling you, man.
Like, man.
I'm glad you said that.
It's a scam, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, it's a scam, but it sucks because it's like you need credit. Like, you gotta have your credit in order. Like, it's crazy. Like,
I mean, if you want something that you can't buy with cash, like if you don't have all the money for it, you gotta go off your credit.
Like, Man, when I paid my car off, like my credit actually dropped. I think it dropped like 50
yeah.
points. I was like, what the fuck? Like after that, I was like, okay, bet. I'm gonna really play this credit game now.
Right.
Like, cause like they want you to have debt, but not too much debt. They want you to keep it, but they don't want you to pay it off
It's
neither.
dumb, dude.
It's like
you said,
where you
scam.
want me to be, bro? It's a scam.
Scam.
It's a scam.
It's a system, man. They set in place. So
Man, they really have like, man, credit's some BS to me.
For real.
Like, if I didn't have to work with it, I wouldn't even mess with it. But it's so important. Like credit determines so much. It's so crazy. Like if you really dive into it, credit determines like your whole life. It really determines your whole life. If you don't come from money, like if you come from money, you straight. But if you don't have money and you got bad credit, oh shit. Yeah, your life gonna be cut short. Like you gonna be struggling, big dog.
Right.
You gonna be struggling, man. Yeah, with that credit piece, man. If you can get your credit in order, like it's so many opportunities that you can get. To me, I think credit is more important than cash, in my honest opinion.
I've heard people say that.
The reason I say that's because you can leverage credit. Like yes, and you gotta think about inflation too. Like $100,000 today. And what it used to be back then 20 years ago, man, it's not the same.
You got 100,000 20 years ago. You doing something.
You balling.
You doing something right now.
Balling. To make 6 figures a year now, it's like, that's like, oh, okay. Like, depending on where you stay.
Like, your bills are paid.
You see what I'm saying? Like, you straight now.
You ain't living large shit.
Man. But to me, with credit, man, you can leverage that so much. Like, credit saves you so much money, too, at the same time. Like, you walk in a bank with a 720, 750, man, they go be drooling over you.
For real?
Oh my goodness, they go be drooling over you.
See, mine's like just now. It's almost to 700. I think it's like 690 to in between 690 and 700, and that's one. So you got 3, and that's a whole nother thing. It's like why is there 3?
Well, why is it 3? Like, and they be different too, and they report to different.
You see,
man, it's crazy.
They gotta confuse you.
It's a scam. It's a game.
Tricksters, man.
You hear me? Right underneath us, and like sometimes we don't be paying no mind, man.
Yeah, I've listened to some people talk about leveraging credit to make money, like with credit cards and stuff, and I mean a lot of it be sounding like it's crazy how people try to tell you how to make money, but then they leave out so many key details. But at the same time, it's like, what do you expect? Because it's so much like a person trying to tell you how to make money in an hour video. In reality, it would probably take 50 hours for him to explain every single little thing that it actually takes.
It's so many moving parts.
Yeah.
So many moving parts. Like, yeah, when people like, they ask me like, how do I build my credit? I'm like, how do I make this simple? Because everybody's situation is different. Like,
first you got to try to get all the negative accounts deleted. So if you got bad things on your credit report, you got to try to get those off ASAP.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's the first thing you need to take care of is that right there. And then if you have anything that needs to be paid off, like old hospital bills and stuff like that, I had to pay off a lot of hospital bills, man. I'm talking thousands. Oh
my goodness.
I was on the phone trying to talk them down so low too.
Yeah.
I said, now look, now y'all know y'all ain't. Now I heard that y'all niggas was getting 10 cents on a dollar for these now. It's like I know y'all
Hey,
getting.
you hear me?
I don't even owe y'all. I owe the damn hospital.
All right. Like, why am I talking to you? Like, you just the middleman.
I had one of my bills. It was like 3,600 or something, or yeah, I think it was above 3,000. I think it was like 3,600.
Yeah.
But I talked them down to like, I don't know. It was something low, like probably 1,800 or something.
Okay.
I talked them down low.
That's a win.
What's crazy is this: I talked them down to a certain number, and I told them I was gonna try to pay it that next week. I didn't get around to it, and I called them back like a month later. I was like, okay, now I'm ready to pay that, and she's like, oh no, that was, that deal was for that day. That's past. I said, what'd you just say? So you mean to tell me you ain't trying to take this 1,800? I said, you know what?
So y'all don't
I said, let me talk to your manager. And then someone else got on the phone. I said, now, I'm trying to pay this off. I'm trying to, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm trying to get this taken care of. And she's trying to say that y'all won't take the 1,800. And the guy was like, oh, no. I don't know what she's talking about. They said, no, we will take
Right, you
that. I
better
said,
take
all
that
right, bet that
money.
up and delete that off my shit too.
You hear me? Man.
Yeah, they took that money.
Yeah,
Suckers, man.
Man, because they third parties. Like, that's how they make their money. They buy
Exactly.
these debts, and then they hound you.
Right.
Calls and all of that.
Now, y'all
like,
know y'all pay $500 for this. You ain't trying to make that quick ban.
You hear me?
It's either that or nothing.
Now, y'all sitting out. How long? Man.
Either we can both lose or we can both win.
You hear me? At the
Because
end
if
of the
I don't
day,
pay you and my credit score is going down, we both losing. But if
You
I
really
pay you
ain't gonna
some,
get
you
paid.
make some money, and you delete off my report, we both winning. Let's
hey,
win.
At the end of the day, help me
Come on,
help
man.
you. Help me help
Yeah,
you.
that chick, she was
man.
on the phone like I'm like, what is wrong with this chick?
I've been like, today your first day, ain't it?
This, I
Yeah,
swear to
today
God,
your first day.
I'm
and
like, you
shawty,
don't know how this
yeah.
works, lady.
Yeah.
Let me talk to somebody else.
Right. Like, where your homegirl at?
Yeah.
Like, let me talk to her.
And dude
man.
was so quick was like, oh no, you can pay that now. That offer still stands.
Oh yeah, they probably
Listen,
fired
that
her
offer
too.
still stands.
I know they fired her.
Yeah.
Man, they playing with money out here.
Man. But yeah, man, business is it's crazy. It's like there are more millionaires being made now than there ever has been, like every year. And it's like all the opportunities are out there. You just gotta go get it and stay consistent.
Yeah.
And man, it's really just consistency. And like Sho was saying yesterday, he was saying like the person that's the like most consistent is usually the one that gets the luck. So it's like people think, oh, this person's lucky. Like when a person hits the lottery, you think, oh, he's lucky. It's like, is he lucky or is he just spending a lot of money trying to win this lot?
of
Like,
money.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, someone just won $1 million here in Cape
Really?
on a scratch off.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Man.
Lucky ass.
That's crazy. You hear me?
Why couldn't that have been one of my close friends?
Man, but you're right. Like the opportunities are crazy, and like we've kind of seen it in that age where it's like times are really changing. Like from cell phones, not having these small screens, ain't no app or anything. So now
Man,
you got a computer in your hand. Like
For
we've
real.
literally seen the change of what's going on with technology and everything else. Like, man, I can see how people get bombarded with all the opportunities because people are like, oh, jump into real estate. Oh, get into this.
Can't
and you
spread
like,
yourself too thin.
you hear me? You like, okay, get a YouTube. Like, now start a podcast. Like, but you got to get on Facebook. You got to promote. You like, bro, like,
Right.
where do I go? And then like you kind of freeze up. You like,
Right.
where do I go? Man, we're literally in the information age. Like, you can Google anything you want. You can get a course on anything you want. Like, and I think it's sensory overload for a lot of people. Like,
Right, but at the same time, it's like if there's a market for it, then it's there. Like, say you want to start a clothing brand, like you could sit there and think about all these other clothing brands that you're competing with, but people still need clothes.
absolutely.
So you got to find out who you can sell it to. Where's your, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Your niche market, man.
like these shirts I made. You can't find no shirts like this. Ain't no shirts with me on it, but the shirts I made. Like,
right. That's you.
you know, I got a certain market, and it, you know, you just got to be able to make yourself your own brand.
Absolutely.
You know, if you're an entertainer, that is, because I'm an entertainer. You know, I'm a fighter, but you know, at the end of the day, fighting is entertainment.
That's all it is.
You know, I'm trying to navigate through branding myself, and it's a lot. It's a lot. You know, trying to figure out what to put your business name on instead of your name, like, because you are your business, but your business is not you.
You want it
It's
to be
like,
his own entity.
you know what I'm saying? It's like it's kind of it's weird navigating through it, and it's just a lot of learning because they don't really teach this stuff in school,
bro.
They're teaching you. Like, come on, man. Can we get rid of this dumbass history, social studies? You teaching me about these old dead dudes?
Nothing.
Why don't you teach me about the people that's alive right now?
You
And
hear
what
me?
they
That's doing
right?
something.
Like,
tell me about these taxes, these bank accounts, like how I get in real estate. Like,
I learned more on this the show, The Men Who Built America, than I did in freaking social studies. It's about the Rockefellers and Carnegie. Yeah,
I think I heard
it's
about
a good
that
show.
before.
Yeah,
hey, that stuff.
it's called
is,
The Men Who Built America.
That stuff is real. Like the Rockefellers and all of that.
Oh, did you
Man,
see they're making Think and Grow Rich a movie?
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't see that.
Yeah,
No.
they're making it into a movie.
Wow.
Yeah, I can't wait to see that. That's
Man,
a really good
that's gonna
book.
be dope.
Have
That's
you
crazy.
read that book?
You know what? I've read it, but I've never really connected with that book like that though.
Oh, I
Like,
connected with it big time.
really, I know a lot of people like connected with it. Like the book that really I connected with was The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho.
Oh, I haven't read that one.
Man, it's a beautiful book. Like that's what really
The
got-
Alchemist.
it's called The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho, and it's a beautiful book, man. Like I love it. I love it, man. And that's what really like
Is that about your body?
no, it's more so like about your life journey.
Okay.
About your life journey and just realizing like even when you think you're not on path, you're on path. Like even when you think like I made the wrong decision, it's still the right decision that's getting you to where you want to get to. And like it just makes you look at things differently. It just makes you look at things differently and be more
Probably have more serenity. Right.
man.
Just accepting.
Just accepting
things
and
how they
going
are.
with the flow. Like once I read that book, cause I tried to read Think and Grow Rich, but I don't know. It just wasn't. It just didn't hit. Like, and I tried to read it like 2 or 3 times. Like for me, it really didn't hit. But when
See, I listened to it on audio.
oh, that's probably what it is
Yeah,
too.
I listened to it on audio. Well, what it really, I'm a big like motivational like I love it's something that can get me motivated, dude. I will watch like I have a playlist on my YouTube that I watch. I go through these videos like I watch the same stuff like every day. It just motivates me and keeps
gets
me
you
focused
going.
on the right things.
Yeah, you gotta
And
have that.
What Think and Grow Rich really teaches you is you have to have a burning desire for whatever it is that you're pursuing. So that's, it showed me like, okay, fighting is what I'm meant to do because I have a burning desire to be a world champion.
Yeah,
Like, unlike anything else, I don't have a burning desire to, do a lot, like do other stuff.
right. That's your
like,
thing right there.
Being a world champion, that's my dream. That's my passion. That's what I'm dying to do. So, you just have to use that.
Yeah,
And then you have to plan as well. You have to write things down. That was another big thing I talked about in the book. Like, if you're not taking the time to at least write something down, it's like
you wasting your time.
you're not actually planning. You got to plan things. So, yeah, that's a really good book, and it just really reassured me that you can do whatever you want.
You really
can be whoever you want.
At any point in time, like we can literally change who we want to be in the next 5 minutes. Like become a different person.
Right.
Like I don't know. I think about that all the time because like sometimes I have to ask myself like, okay, what are you waiting for? Like this is out here. You see
Right.
other people getting it. Why can't you have it?
Right.
Like, what are you waiting on? It's like, okay, there are some things that I can't control, but what are the things I can control? And like really control them, like own them damn things. Like, okay, I
Right.
can wake up early, I can read this, I can reach out to this person, I can have that conversation. Like there's so much that we have control over that we don't think that we have control over. Man.
Yeah, and it's crazy. Like you said, being bombarded by all the information. A lot of times you lose focus on because look, like for example, we be listening to music. I don't know about you. I be like when I listen to music, I be like, oh man, I should be a rapper, man. I'm like, damn, these last 5 years, I could have really been getting on this. I got the microphone right here. I'm like,
hear me?
You know how many days, look, I want to come down here and get on a beat
Put
on
some
my own
bars on.
microphones. But I'm just like, come on, Will. That's
Like, that's not your lane.
Like,
big
come on,
dog.
that's not, nigga, stay in your lane, bro. That's not what you do. I got bars in my phone and everything. Now, I do want to make music for my YouTube channel and stuff. I haven't wanted to invest the time into it yet.
I see what you're saying.
Because once I do it, I want to do it right. But I do want to make, a few songs for like my YouTube channel, so I don't have to always use other people's music.
I see what you're saying.
And if I make a song, it's gonna sound good. It's not gonna be no
Like none boo boo.
like Tyrone Woodley. I'll beat your ass. I'll beat your ass.
Bro, I'm trying to figure out like what gives people the audacity to like really like, bro, stay in your
He said,
lane.
I'll beat your ass. I'll beat your ass. I'm like, bro, you from St. Louis.
Come on.
You should sound better than that on the
Come
track,
on.
bro.
Like he should have just left that alone.
He should have left
man.
that alone.
Like
I ain't heard his other songs, but that's all I really need.
That's all you need.
That
to
was
hear,
because
huh?
that was like one of his biggest songs. Like that one, that's like I think that's like his biggest song. He was walking out to and shit. I'm like,
That's crazy. The only person that I really heard
Bro, I feel
rap
like
that was
playing this shit
actually
right
good
now.
is Damian Lillard that played for Portland.
I don't know what that is.
Man,
Sports guy.
basketball.
Oh, basketball. Okay.
Yeah, he's the only person that I've heard on a track, and I'm like, I could really rock with you, like, not because who you, but like the song was good. I think he had a feature with was it J. Cole or somebody else? Like, he was in the room with some top dogs, so I was like, okay. But I had always been listening to it, but I never paid attention who made the song. Song dope. I'm not even gonna lie, man. I was like, he mess around, may have a career. He may really have a career, man.
Bro, look at how Drake done blew up, man. That shit's crazy, bro.
Drake the GOAT.
From Degrassi.
You hear me? From acting.
Like, man.
Acting or rapping. Like,
and he be spitting too.
Man.
Like his songs sound really good. But yeah, man, I know if I got a good beat, I can spit. I have a good flow.
Really?
Yeah, I really do. I really do.
Man, you just might as well start making them then, man.
I
what
just
you waiting on,
the
big
time,
dog?
man.
Oh, yeah.
The time, like so much to do, so little time.
Man,
you know,
there's always something to do.
Like
man.
I'd rather put more time and focus into my YouTube channel than trying to do something like that. Cause starting something new, you got to learn. You know what I'm saying? This is a whole, but that's good. It is good to learn new things. You know what I'm saying? Start new stuff. A lot of people they worry about distracting themselves, but actually that's how you stay sharp too. Is by learning new things and you connect the dots too.
Yeah, like, everything plays a role.
For example, like if I was to focus a little bit more of my time on some music, that will help my fighting as well. Because fighting is like music. Because it's like you're making a song with, so like punching and kicking. When you hit a punching bag, boom, 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 bop, 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 boom, 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 boom. Like changing up the rhythm. Like fighting is all about rhythm.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's like you can connect the dots with like anything.
That's I like
so many things like
it.
Yeah. They translate. So so you want to talk about your business, you know, promote yourself, what you do?
Man, absolutely, man.
I heard
like
you got them Airbnbs.
Man, them things game changer, bro. Airbnbs are game changer.
Yeah.
Man. Yeah, I like it. Cause me, like, just I seen my parents work super hard. And just because you work hard, it doesn't always equate to your success or anything else.
Nah, yeah,
like
you can't get rich working hard anymore.
You can't. Not like nowadays. You really
fields,
don't have to. Like, and just like you do, but it's not how when our parents grew up. Like when people think working hard, they think physically. Like
yeah.
But now it's working hard mentally. Like okay, staying sharp. Like you said, YouTube channel. Like you're not doing anything physically, but you setting up, you making sure everything is good.
Right.
Like I've seen my parents work super hard, and that doesn't equate to where they are now. Like what they have is phenomenal, but the work that they put in, it's like you should have way more than that. So for me, like I tell people, I'm not interested in working hard, like not at all. But if we want to work smarter, hey, you got my attention.
Right.
Like let's see what we can do. And so that's what I love about Airbnb. Like it is work, but I only got to.
It's not physical labor.
It's not physical labor.
Who want to do that, man? Come on, man.
Come on, like
say that for the robots,
bro.
You know what I'm saying?
McDonald's got man. They getting rid of their people.
That's what I'm saying. They should. And they should.
It's the way.
I know people think, oh, the jobs are gone. It's like there's more stuff that can be done.
Do you hear me?
There's so much more that can be done.
There's so many more opportunities. So for me, that's what I love Airbnbs, because I can create it once, and I can just rent it out. Like once I put one Airbnb together, like it's up there for years now.
Okay.
You know, and so I don't have to. I got a cleaning specialist.
You think there's a good market for that here in Cape?
Yeah and no. But I think it is like if you more so short-term rentals. And the reason I say that's because number one, you got to think you got SEMO right here. Okay. You got the Sportsplex as well. And then you also have two major hospitals. We got St. Francis in Southeast, and then we also have Procter and Gamble that makes so
Yeah.
much. So, and then you got to think we have Codify downtown as well. So, if you're able to establish some type of relationships with these people and create short-term rentals, we got all these not hospitals, but these hotels here. We wouldn't be building these hotels if it wasn't necessary.
Right.
That means that people are coming to Cape under some circumstances, like Homecoming. That's a huge. You cannot find no hotel in Homecoming. Even when they do like Comic Con or something like that, like with the comics and everything,
Yeah.
people are coming in. Like there's always things happening. But the one thing that I really learned about short-term rentals in Cape is not expensive at all compared to where other people live. Cape is very inexpensive. But if you have a good job here in Cape, like you doing your thing out here, like 50K in Cape, like you straight. Honestly, like you make $50,000, man.
Not if you got kids.
No, not if you got kids. Not if you got kids.
Let's not forget that.
Not if you got kids. But if honestly, like if you got kids, depending on what you're doing, if you can make like 60, 65, like you doing something. If you right with your money. That's the thing. If you right with your money. I'm coming from a place like if you got a budget and set, like you doing things. So Cape is cheap. Like it really is. Like our cost of living is not like a St. Louis. It's not like a Nashville. You know, of course prices are going up. So Cape has the ability and the money to go out here and bring in amazing people from these big cities. And so these people need somewhere to live. Well, they can't find no place for like 3-4 months. They need somewhere to stay. They don't want to sign no lease with no apartment.
Right.
And so they're looking for short-term rentals where I can come in. Everything is furnished, cookware's there, so I don't have to do anything. And so that's where I kind of found like my niche right there. It's like, dang, okay, these people need somewhere to stay too. And then, like I said, you got homecoming, you got football, you got basketball, and you got graduation, twice a year? These mamas ain't finna miss their baby walk across that stage. They finna bring the whole family, the whole gang, busload, and that's usually a great time. And then you got homecoming too as well. Like, man.
Yeah, that's sweet.
Yeah, it's good. So I just closed on my 5th Airbnb. So, man, it's good, man. I love it, man. I love it. It only take, $350 a day to make like $10,000 a month? That's it.
Ooh.
That's it.
I got $350 where I signed. Where the paperwork?
That's it. You make $350 a day, like, and that's what I like about Airbnbs because number one, you set your own prices, no matter what. Like,
So you said you charge $350 a day.
So, well, I'm saying if you can make $350 a day and whatever you do, like, you can make $10,000 a month.
Okay. I got
so,
you.
if you got 4 Airbnbs and you charging $150 a night, you do the math. You're saying if it's booked up 20 days, each one is booked up 20 days out of the month, you bringing in some good money. You bringing in, close to maybe like $8,000 to $10,000 a month. Okay, you add a 5th Airbnb, like you start doing the numbers. Of course, you got your expenses and everything else that you got to pay for, but it's all about creating that freedom. Like now you got money coming in, and you get paid. You can get paid every day. Like that's what I like about it. Like somebody broke it down to me. They was like, you got to think about it. If you get paid bi-weekly, okay, which is twice a month, you only get paid 24 times out of the year. Out of 365 days, your paydays are hidden, those 24 days. What about these other days? How can you make money these other days? When somebody said that to me, I almost had a heart attack.
Man,
I'm like,
living paycheck to paycheck, that's
paycheck to paycheck. And you telling me I got 365 days in a year, but I'm only getting paid on these days? What about these other days I can make money? Like find a side hustle that can pay you $50 a day. That can go a long way. So when somebody said that to me, I was like, okay, every day need to be payday. I don't care if it's Easter. I don't care if it's President's Day. I don't care if it's Martin Luther King. Every day got to be payday.
Right.
Ain't no reason for me to wait for the 15th and the 30th. Like, nah, bro. That's financial suicide to me. That's how I look at it, bro.
Financial suicide.
Financial suicide. Like, what do you wait? Like, you literally killing yourself just by waiting on the 15th and 30th. what about the 1st through the 14th? Like, how you making money with that? So I say, man, figure out how you can make money every day.
Man, being an entrepreneur is not easy though.
Hell no.
It take a lot of time, a lot of effort, and a lot of money. It take a lot of money just to get things going. Like
it takes time. It takes time. But me, I like the entrepreneurship because I like my freedom. Like, most people get into it where they can make millions and do all that. Like, I think that's a byproduct of becoming an entrepreneur. You create something that the people need, supply and demand. But for me, like, I want my freedom. I don't want nobody telling me, like, you gotta be here at this time.
Standing over you.
You hear me?
Man.
Oh, can I go to my kids' game? Nah, I'm sorry. But you can leave to go to your kids' game? I'm straight.
Yeah.
Or you can take your lunch break now, but you got to be back in 30 minutes.
Man, you've used the bathroom a lot today.
Yeah.
You all right? Like, yeah, I drink water.
I drink a lot of water like that. I'm like, nah, I'm straight on that.
Yeah.
I'm good on that, man.
Yeah, that stuff sucks.
Yeah, I just like the freedom aspect of it. I can travel when I want to. I can be on this podcast with you in the middle of the day. Like,
right.
That's what makes things fun. Like, family emergency, oh, I'm there. Don't worry about it because I have that freedom for it. So, man,
okay.
I love it, man. I love it.
So if someone wanted to get into like Airbnb properties or like you said, short-term rentals, where would you recommend they start?
So there's 2 ways you can go about it. I would say if you're not in real estate at all, I would say you purchase a duplex or a quadplex, and then you make one of those into an Airbnb. That way you own it at the end of the day. And you can do that with an FHA loan. And I think we talked about that. FHA loan, only 3.5% down. You need a credit score of 580, a debt to income.
That's it?
Oh, yeah. It's super low. Like, man, that's set up for really first-time home buyers.
What about so you said the debt to income ratio. What's that got to be?
I want to say underneath 43%.
Okay.
43%, yeah. So they just want to make sure, like, you have wiggle room to accept this payment, and it's not, taking most of your money up at the end of the month. And they want to see money on reserve too. They want to see, like, if you put this money down and you pay for this property, that you're not back at zero. Like, you still got a little cushion to work with. So with the FHA loan, like, a lot of people don't know that you can buy a 4-unit apartment complex up to 4 units, and you can use that income that you'll be receiving from renting that apartment, and you can add it to your monthly income too as well, because you're the landlord now,
right?
Like, and they're paying you. So that's what I tell people: like, get an FHA loan, own a property, get at least a duplex. Don't get a single family residence. Get at least a duplex. You stay in one side and rent the other one out. Turn it into an Airbnb or whatever you want to do. That's how I recommend you get started. Now, if you don't have the capital to jump into it like that, what you can do is called Airbnb arbitrage. So if, say, for example, you own an apartment complex, and I come to you and I'm like, hey, man, this is what I do. I have a short-term rental company where we house professionals that are coming into town, usually for 30 days to 3 months at a time. I would like to rent out one of your units. We can keep it clean. I'll pay rent on time, or I'll be like, you know what? I'll even give you 10% of the profits that I make off that month. So I'll pay the month, and I give you 10% too as well, because I'm making money. It's a business at the end of the day. So you be like, you know what? I like that idea. You'll rent that unit out to me. I'll pay you your rent at the end of the month, and then the profit of that, I keep that. So basically, instead of me owning the unit now, I just have control over it.
Right.
And so it's low overhead in running it this way. Now, granted, you got to make sure your numbers are right, because if the rent is like, $1,000 and you're not charging enough, you can be in a hole.
Right.
But if your numbers make sense, you can get something that makes sense for you, man. You can make some solid money off of it, man. Some good money.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I always wonder about the Airbnbs, and I know that they're nice because a lot of people don't want to stay in a hotel. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, hotels kind of suck.
They do.
Unless they're really nice ones.
Yeah.
You know?
But like in the hotel, like you probably got a week in a hotel before you like, man, I need to get outside or I need some space.
Unless it's a really big one, and also they usually don't have stove. You
none
know what
of
I'm
that.
saying?
You
You
can't
can't
cook.
cook.
Yeah, so
Like
you eating out.
little bitty a mini fridge, not an actual refrigerator. You know, even for me as a fighter, going to like traveling to fight, like I don't want to have to go and eat out when I get like after.
hear
Like, I need
me?
to eat clean food, so I like to bring my own stuff. But now I can't cook there. You know, so it's kind of
Yeah,
it's hard doing it in the hotel.
and especially like
I've never looked into Airbnb though when I was
really,
traveling.
oh,
Yeah,
game
I need
changer.
to start.
That's what I always stay in. I don't do hotels, and plus like you can find better rates too. Like if you traveling somewhere and you just need somewhere to lay your head because you on the road or you making things happen, like you don't want to stay in no janky hotel.
Mm-mm.
You see what I'm saying? But like you can still get a nice Airbnb and that's still affordable and that's not breaking the bank just like some of these hotels are. And you can still do whatever. Like you said, you got the fridge, you can cook. You may have some with a pool in the back, a hot tub, whatever that could be, like a workout area. Like I love Airbnb because it's so flexible and there's so much that you can do, man. And it's
Yeah.
huge. Like Florida, oh my goodness. People paying off their houses in like 3 years.
Dang,
Oh my goodness. They making money down there off Airbnbs.
that sounds sweet.
Yeah. That's what I tell people like, man, I encourage if you can get an Airbnb, at least get you one. At least get you one. Like it can make you like $1,500, $2,000 a month after expenses. After expenses. Like that right there, that can change somebody's life. Like
Right.
you ain't got to get into it to scale it to make it a big business, but you get you 2 Airbnbs, man, you good, man. You straight.
That's sweet. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna keep looking into real estate because, I mean, like right now, I think the only thing that's really holding me back is my debt to income ratio because I got a lot of payments on stuff.
Yeah, that's
You know, I got a car payment, you know, a bunch of stuff.
Yeah. You ever thought about refinancing to kind of help with that too as well?
Refinancing what?
Your car?
I didn't know you could do that.
Yeah, you can refinance your car and your home. I would see like what interest rates that you got locked in at versus where they at now. But cuz I do financial literacy coaching and I help one client refinance a car. Like when you got bad credit, bro, it costs to have
I had
bad
really
credit.
bad credit when I got the car, so if I could refinance now,
Oh
then
my
I should be able to
goodness.
get, you know what I'm
A
saying,
much
less.
better deal.
Yeah.
So like I tell people like it really costs to have bad credit. Like you going there with
I think I'm paying like 15%.
oh,
Yeah.
hey, that's highway robbery, bro.
For real. It got me
yeah,
good, huh?
yeah. You need to be fighting somebody, bro.
But I did it just to raise my damn credit.
Yeah. So when you refinance, you can refinance on your car. The bank or whoever you go to will pay it off, and then you start paying the bank, and they go give you a lower payment and a lower interest rate too. But the thing is, you got to make sure your car is at value of them taking it over too. Like you don't want a car if you owe 15,000 on it, but your car is really only worth 7,000. Like you kind of upside down on it.
Right.
So you want to make sure you owe less than what the car is really worth. So like if the car is actually worth on Kelly Blue Books, it's worth let's go $17,000, but you only owe let's go $10,000. They like, okay, yeah, because if you default, they can take the car back and then pay for that loan. So they still in good standings.
What is so why would they be willing to refinance it in the first place? Like,
It's money for them. It's money for them at the end. That's
I'm
business
still
that they didn't
confused.
have.
I'm confused on exactly what is refinancing.
Okay.
I'm so confused.
So when you refinancing something, so you go on a car dealership and you want this car, and this car is worth let's say $30,000. Okay. You buy this car for $30,000, and they give you 15% interest rates that you got to pay every year, and you like, dang. So that means you have higher payments too as well. So when we say refinancing, so you're technically getting another payment on that car again. All right. So you refinance it. They're like, wait a minute, you're paying way too much interest rate. We can get you a better interest rate than where you at right now. And so
The same people that gave you the first loan.
no, somebody else.
Oh, someone else.
Yeah, I usually go to somebody else
Oh, so someone else is gonna buy the car, and then you're
and pay
paying
it
them.
off, and you're gonna pay it. Yes,
Okay,
my bad,
now,
my bad.
now
yeah.
it makes sense. Because I'm like that. I'm like, they already got me for
They already got-
50%. Why would they let me refinance?
Yes,
Like,
so
shit.
that's what, like, when I first bought my car. My
Damn, I need to
payments-
try that.
It's that more. When I first bought my car, I was paying like $535. I had bad credit, and they was, bro. I think my interest rates was like 20 something, if I'm not mistaken.
Ooh,
Bro, come on,
it was hitting you.
hidden
They
like
was- they
every
was-
month.
They
I
was
don't-
sitting there.
They was like, yeah, we got them, we got them, fellas.
Got them good.
So like, I'm getting hit over the
He ain't
head,
going
but
nowhere.
like I said, like it really costs to have bad credit.
So if I refinance, what would that do with? Because they would have to. Then that first account would be closed, and then a new one would be open.
A new one
Now,
be
that would
open.
make my credit kind of move too,
It-
right?
It, depends on how fast you do it. Because you do you have your age of credit too as well.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I don't know how long your terms are, what your terms look like, but it can also help in the long run too. I don't know what your payments look like or missed payments or anything like that.
I've never had a missed payment.
Oh yeah, so you're good. Yeah, I would at least look at the chance to refinance because it's gonna save you.
So
more
who would I
money.
talk to?
Man, any bank.
A
I can-
bank?
yeah, a bank. I can put you in contact with a guy.
Yeah,
That's
I need to
super,
try that.
Man, he good people. Like,
Because yeah, I started off like 15%. My credit has raised like 100 points since then. So
oh yes, it's
yeah.
yeah, and your inquiries are good too, right? You said those are good.
Inquiries?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I've had one in a while.
Okay. Yeah, I look at that because of course they gonna have to pull your credit. They pull your credit when they refinance to make sure
Right.
you're in a good position because everything is based off that
See,
credit.
and that's
They gonna
another
let
thing.
you know.
If they don't refinance, then now you got another credit check.
So,
Like,
I would.
is it a hard pull or a soft?
It's a hard pull.
Yeah.
But they usually let you know, like, based off these numbers that you're telling me, are you sure? Like, is this your right credit score? Or is this, and that? They going off what you telling them. So,
Right.
yeah. So, if you telling them the right stuff, the right information,
then we gonna know if it's a for sure.
they gonna know if it's a for sure
Right.
thing. They be like, okay, we'll let you know. But, yeah, they do check your credit. But, man, it's worth it, though. Because, like, I was paying $5 something. Just getting it refinanced, it dropped me down like $200.
Dang.
$200, and I got a better interest rate.
Kidding
too,
me.
bro.
Yeah,
I
I'm
kid
paying
you
like
not.
I pay like $440 a month on mine.
Man, you can get down to like low threes,
Man,
maybe late
That'd be
twos.
sweet.
Man, that's what I tell people. Like, man, if you refinance, bro, you saving so much money, and you also getting so much. You're saving money on the payments, and you're not paying as much for that car. Cause the car is $30,000, but if you paying 15% interest rate, like, man,
Right.
that's crazy. But if you paying your $30,000 and you only paying 2% or 3%, you're not paying as much for that car, for all that interest. So that's why I tell people, like, when you build your credit, man, refinance. Like, I work with clients and they come in like, I got a $700 car payment. I said, what?
Oh,
You're paying a mortgage? Like, no, come to the bank with me right now. Like, we got to get you out of that deal.
right.
We got to get you out of that deal. Because people, like, when I work with their budgeting, they're like, okay, I need to make more money. I'm like, no, you make enough money. Number one, we got to keep it. And number two, we got to figure out where it's going.
Right.
You don't have to make a $700 payment. If we can save you $300 on that payment, you're making a $500 payment. Now that's $300 back into your
Right.
bank account. So
Every
I'm
month.
like, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, you're making great money. It's just going in the wrong places. Like, let's cut that out first. Man, that credit cards will get you.
Man, $300 a month. That's over 3 bands in a year.
You hear me? And
Jeez.
you don't even know. Like, imagine if you would pay yourself like we pay these credit cards or these car payments.
Shit, we be balling.
We hooping out here like, what? We like, let's buy this, let's buy that, but we don't look at it that way. You know,
Yeah.
we quick to pay somebody else, but when it come to us, we a little stingy. Like, nah, I don't need that much, or we don't save it. We buy cars, clothes.
That's my
jewelry,
problem.
and
I'll just be spending
everything.
my I
That's
spend my money as it comes, for real.
that's what I tell
It's
people.
it's
man.
hard for me to save. Like,
You do anything in the stock market?
I tried getting into stocks, man. They was robbing me.
Hey, come on, man. Let me get you right, man.
All
I
right,
just bought
shit.
some Amazon and some Apple today.
Okay.
Yeah, I bought
Those are
that.
two good companies for
Man.
sure.
But a lot of people don't know you can use your stock portfolio as collateral when you go to the bank.
Yeah, I think I don't even know. I got a few I got a few hundred, maybe $1,000 in the stock or something. I did just invest into this company called Novatech,
I
and
think I heard about them.
so they pay you whatever money you invest. You have to put in at least 500, but they give you 3% back on your money every week.
Really? How does it work? What are you invested in?
What they're doing is they're taking your money and they're buying,
Yeah.
selling, trading crypto and stuff.
They're investing it for
And
you, and so then
so
off that return.
every weekend on Friday or Saturday, you just go back into the website. You take that 3% that you made, and I mean it's yours to do what you want with it. But like what I was told, my accountant, just take that 3%, put it back in, and he did the math for me. I couldn't even believe it. He said if you start off with the $500, if you get 3% every week and you put it back in 5 years, you'll have $1 million.
I can believe that.
I said $1 million off of 500.
Bro, compound interest?
Compound interest. I
Bro,
was like,
people sleep on compound
that
interest.
compound interest, bro. Cause like, yeah, that 3% right now it might only be $20, but in a year it's gonna be, you know what I'm saying, a few hundred or whatever, and it just keeps on growing.
It's crazy. Like that's why that's why I love the stock market so much, because it's compound interest. I can make money off of my money, and then it's growing too as well. Like with dividends, with like Coca-Cola, Apple, like that's literally free money that they giving you. So like with dividends, I invest in your company. You're like, man, I appreciate you investing in my company. I'm gonna give you $5 back. I'm gonna give you $5 back every 3 months. You like, man, I appreciate that. What I can do, I'm gonna take that same money that you gave me, and I'm gonna buy more shares of your company and give it right back to you, like, because I don't need it right now. After a while, say I got 3 shares with you, and I take that money and I buy 2 more shares with you. Now you go give me more money because I got more shares, and I'm gonna take that money, I'm gonna buy more shares with it. So that money is just circulating. So that money is just making more money at the end of the day.
Right.
Yeah, that's what, man. I put all my money in the stock market.
Really.
If it's
What
up,
about crypto?
if it's down, not too much crypto. Like it's a wave. I'm trying to understand it. I don't like just put my money anywhere. I ain't gonna lie. Like
You got to put it in for sure in a solid company.
yeah,
Right.
yeah. I don't mind like taking some risk, but calculated risk. You know, it's all calculated risk. Like the crypto, it's the new thing out here. But the ones that I've seen that's been consistent is Ethereum, and Bitcoin. Those are the ones that I've seen that's like really consistent. I don't know about these new coins that's coming out every other day. Like, oh, this the new hot one. Like, I'm okay missing out. Like, if somebody
We've been mining coins.
You hear me?
Making up shit? Making up shit.
Talk about if it go up 0.1 and we millionaires, like, yeah, you got it. Like, I'm okay with missing out on that. But for me, it's like, it's long-term wealth. It's long-term investing at the end of the day. So, man, that stock market, man, game changer, man. Game changer.
Okay, I might have to start putting some more money in. Probably just need to put it into the right companies.
That's it. And, like, we invest in companies every day and we don't even know it.
Right, because we're buying their shit.
We buying it. Apple. Everybody got an Apple. Man, I got an Apple iPad, phone, computer, but I invest in them too. You go to Walmart. Man, we shop at Walmart every day. Why aren't we investing in Walmart? You see what I'm saying? We buy their products. You know, why aren't we invested in Procter & Gamble that makes all these products?
Right.
You know, everybody and their mama got Nike on.
Right.
Why don't you own Nike shares and let them pay for your Nike?
Right.
So I tell people, like, we invest every day. We just don't know it. We just got to see what we
You just
buy.
ain't investing in your money,
right?
Your pockets.
That's what I'm saying. So, like, obviously, you have a belief in this company. Everybody, like, oh, my family don't wear nothing but Nikes.
Right.
Okay, like, invest in Nike then, because you have that belief. Don't dive too deep in the numbers. If you have a belief that this company's not going anywhere and you've been spending money with them, invest in them and let them pay you instead of you always paying them.
Right.
That's why I tell people to start.
So a lot of people, I guess they don't think long term. That's the issue. They put in $1,000 and think that in a few months it should be up to 3,000, but it just might not work like that. It's just slow growth.
It is
Yeah.
slow and steady, and that's what I realized. Slow and steady, and then say if you got $300 in the stock market and it goes up 10%. Well, let's say it goes up a few percent. You're going to get paid off of that money. Then the next day, you're going to have 300 plus that interest that you got paid yesterday. So now that 300 and that money that you made the day before is working for you now. Then you thinking about, now we talking about stock splits like Tesla, Google, and Amazon. That's when you start making big bread right there, when they start doing stock splits. Man.
Really?
Yeah. Stock splits are huge. I think Tesla's about to do a 3-for-1 stock split. So if you have one share, they're going to take that share and they go cut it up. So for every one share that you have, you're going to have 3 total now.
I don't even understand how the math works on that. How can they do that?
Because there's only a certain amount of shares that goes out. So every company has a certain amount of shares that can go out. Once a company's like, dang, we need more shares, the shares that you originally have, they start cutting it. So if I give you a slice of pie, I give you one big pie, and I'm like, dang, more people want these pies. I'm like, let me get your pie. Let me cut your pie up for you. All right, I'm gonna take some slices away, but you still got your pie, and I'm gonna divvy it up between everybody. So you still got your shares. I just cut your shares up and more, but
so there's more shares, but they're worth less.
Yes, but they go back up though.
Mm.
Yeah, so when they do so Tesla did a stock split. I want to say a 3-1 stock split, and Tesla shares were around $1,000, if I'm not mistaken. And then they did a stock split, and it dropped the price down to about 500. Even though they did a stock split.
So now you got three that's 500. So you got $1,500 worth of stocks instead of 1,000.
Exactly.
Okay.
But it's worth that. But when you do a stock split, the price goes down. But that's just saying this is how much this is right now. It's go back up. So Amazon just did a stock split, and it's like 150 right now. If you look at Amazon back then, Amazon was at $3,000 a share.
It's $150 for a share?
It's $150.
Oh, damn, I need to buy one.
You need to get in there,
buy at least one, because guess what? I buy from them all the time.
Man, get Amazon. I think Google is about to do a stock split. If we can pull it up, if we look at how much it's worth right now.
Yo, pull it up. What's a good website?
Go to Yahoo Finance.
Yeah.
Yahoo Finance, and
yeah, because all my stocks, man, it was going down. I was like, damn, man.
Type in the ticker symbol AMZN. I want to say it's Amazon. Yep. So it's 138 right now. Amazon is 138.
Yeah.
But man,
yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, that stock split is real. Go to Google stock split. Just type in. I want to say so, or Alphabet. No, it's Google. Oh, did they do their stock split already?
Alphabet Inc.
Yeah. Oh, I think
117.
Yeah, you got to jump in that. Yep, you got to jump in that. Yeah, if I was to tell people some good companies to start off with, I would say Amazon. I would go Amazon. I would go Apple. I'll go Amazon. I would go Apple. Google. And I would Tesla. Tesla. Not so much Tesla itself, but Elon Musk is a monster, bro. Elon Musk, he different, bro. He go get what he a dog with it. And so it's I invest my money with him. He gonna make things happen because he's just that guy. So Yeah, I jumped into Tesla when they did the stock split, and I think I bought like 3 shares at like 500. And Tesla's, I want to say Tesla's like around 800 now.
Nice.
Yeah. Yep. So like you gotta think that's like a $300 profit. That's almost $900 from me not doing absolutely nothing, just buying
Right.
and holding. So like imagine if somebody would have bought 30 shares or 50 shares or 100 shares. Now your money is really making some good money for you
Right.
now. Yeah.
Day trading, that's where the money's at too.
Oh yeah.
But then you gotta have like 25,000 to start.
Not really. Like you can have less than 100.
What?
Yeah.
With day trading?
Yeah. You options if you play options.
Oh, options.
Yeah, if you play options, you can. I practice every morning. I wake up 8:30 and I'm just practicing.
Really?
Practicing. Yeah.
Okay, so you deep in it.
Oh, I'm in it.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
I'm in it. Like
I'm
a fan. Like work smarter, not harder. If I can sit at my laptop and I can make a click of a button and I can get a 20% return on my money, where I can make $1,000, I'm good for the day. Like what I need to go get a whole job for, if I can stay right here, I can work remote.
But
All I need is
at what
Wi-Fi.
point do you cash out to spend the money?
So my thing is, yeah, you just made this money literally out of thin air off a strategy. Take that money, invest it in real estate, and invest it in more stocks. Like you just made that money. Now let that old money.
So really, what you got to do is look at how much money you need to live, and then take what you have extra and use that to invest.
I would use that. Yeah, I would start up.
Because you can't invest with your rent money.
No,
You
don't
know,
do that.
like
if you doing that, good. Like, hey, that's your business. But I would say if you really want to start, I would take like just set aside 10% every time you get paid, and just start investing it in a
shit.
stock
Some
market.
people ain't got that.
Yeah, man.
I feel sorry for them.
To me, I think people got it. They just, we as people,
Bro, look, I'm here to tell you right now. A lot of people, they ain't got it.
man.
When they get paid, they got to spend it all on bills
yeah,
and groceries, and they still don't even have enough. Like they behind on. I
On
mean, imagine
everything,
being
yeah.
behind on
That's what I'm
damn
saying,
near everything. Food getting low. You know what I'm saying? You waiting to get paid. Kids hungry. You gotta. You know what I'm saying?
make
Like
it happen.
man,
Yeah.
it's tough out here, and a lot of times we forget once we start to make a little bit of money, and now our bills are straight. Like a few years ago, shit, I was so broke, and it sucks. I'm just thankful to have a roof over my head, my bills paid, and I don't have to worry about food.
Yeah.
My kids, them spoiled brats,
They good now.
they've been getting all restaurant food. Why? Because my
Man.
lazy ass don't want to cook. Well, this guy don't be having time either. And then it's like when I train a couple times a day. I got to work too, and it's like by the time I'm done training, and I'm exhausted.
Yeah.
And barely have any time. I just want to eat and sit down and watch a little TV before I got to go to sleep.
Yeah.
I don't want to fucking cook.
Don't, man.
Hey, come on, man.
I can believe that. Don't want to. Yeah, you tired. Champ said he tired.
Man, look, I'll tell you this right now. Eventually, I'm gonna have my own chef. I would love to. I wish I had enough money to have a nanny. If I had enough money for a nanny, dude, that'd be ooh. I would actually want more kids.
You hear me? He said I want more kids.
But without that, I'm straight, man. But
yeah.
I got the feeling that when I'm, in my 40s, I'll probably have some more kids when I can afford to have a nanny.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Well, and then plus I won't be, training like I am now.
Be kind of slowed down.
Yeah,
You
I'll
probably
be-
just go what? Just have your gym body in, and you just go be.
I mean,
gonna be the coach.
Hopefully, this podcast be making millions.
You hear me?
That'd be sweet.
Be on
My
Spotify,
YouTube channel,
man.
have my own, my own clothing brand, and I mean, I'm gonna have my hands on a lot of pots, as well as the real estate. I understand the importance of owning land. If not, definitely, to make money, but even definitely, like you want to have your own land just to own it, but then to own it to make money, that's important too, I believe.
That's
But
huge.
if you don't own your own land, at the end of the day, you always gonna be the tenant. So I'm definitely going to have my hands in a lot of different areas. I'm an entrepreneur, I love to do different things and find different ways to make money. And, once they start to pay off, then I'll be a paid entrepreneur.
You hear me?
Right now, I'm just an entrepreneur.
I tell people,
I said I was an entrepreneur. I didn't say I made money.
Right. Hey, that's the difference. People think, oh, no, it ain't sweet over here.
Yeah.
It ain't sweet over here. Yeah, man. Time out here for it. I want to be retired. I want to be chilling, like,
Right.
done. Like, no, life too short, man. Life too short. Talking about work to 65 and get your little pension.
Heck no.
I'm like, well, you crazy.
No.
You better get out here and start building some houses, man.
Yeah, for real. For real. I want, by the time I'm 40, any work I do to be like a choice. Like, we can like,
Absolutely.
do I really want to work today, or do I want to just do whatever I feel like?
Yeah.
I want it to be a true choice. If you want to take a month off, be able to do that. Like,
Man, that's the
and think if you a landlord and you have all these different, you own a lot of different properties. You got property managers. You're not going there and fixing faucets. You know what I'm saying? You got property managers. You got your accountant that handles all the books.
Yep, your CPA.
So I mean, and then if you have everyone on auto pay, you ain't even gotta collect no checks, no nothing. It's like you don't have nothing. You don't have to do nothing.
Man.
But a few like phone calls.
That's it.
And that's it. So
all you doing is like you could be on the beach, like, oh, what do you want us to do?
So I'm saying,
yeah, click. All right,
oh yeah, wire that.
Simple. Like,
yeah.
Bro, this technology is crazy. Like, it frees up so much time if you know how to utilize it. Like, my Airbnb, man, everything is automated. I talk to my CPA once a week, make sure the numbers are good, make sure everybody's getting paid, and that's it, man.
Yeah,
I probably spend like people like, well, how much time you spend on Airbnb? I spend like 2 to 3 hours a week. 2 to 3 hours, and that's it, man. Like, super hands off.
That's nice.
Man, it's beautiful. Like,
So who cleans up the place and all that?
so I have a property manager.
Okay.
And so she goes in, and she takes care of everything. Like, automation, like I'm a systems guy. Like,
Yeah.
I like how things flow. Like, I don't want anybody to come in and feel like they can't do their job because it doesn't make sense. Like, I like to lay everything out, make sure everything is good. So all my locks are automated. Like, so you don't need a key. You put a passcode in there.
Nice.
Like, the systems that I use, my Airbnb is integrated with my cleaning app. So when someone books on Airbnb,
Did you hear something? Oh, it's my phone. Let me see. I think it. Thought it on silent. I think it's vibrating. Yeah, it's vibrating. It's all good.
but yeah, so like I have an app. So as soon as someone books on Airbnb, it shows up on my cleaning app, and my cleaning lady knows, like, okay, you have a cleaning on this day at this time. I don't have to do anything. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I just got to make sure she's there, she's set.
Say that again. I said, I ain't got to do anything.
I don't have to worry about anything. Like,
I just sit back and get paid. Yeah, that's nice.
it. Making sure everything is good. Like, man, it's beautiful, man. And it gives me the time, like, I can train now.
Right.
I can train. Like, most people, like, when I got to hurry up and go back to work. Like,
Yeah.
And it sucks because you don't get to really experience it and then be in the moment.
Man, I
you think
swear.
about so much.
Oh, dude.
And that's real, man.
How you going to enjoy yourself when you know you got work later?
That's like, oh, snap. Oh, man, I can't roll with you. I got to be back at the job. Like,
yeah.
dang.
It does suck. You
Yeah.
know? Unless it's something that you enjoy doing, you know, a lot of people enjoy their
different,
jobs.
yeah.
And I mean, you always got to do something, no matter how minor it may be. But manual labor is not for everybody, and it damn sure ain't for me.
Nah, I ain't know.
It is not for me.
I'm not with it, man.
Like, some people love to build things. Like, a lot of construction workers, they love building stuff. Like, they like it.
Yeah, they love it. That's up their alley, yeah.
But I'm not.
And sometimes I wonder, like, are you doing that because you haven't explored anything else? You see what I'm saying? Or you just like, man, I just love construction. Like, well, okay, do you really love it? Like, because you comparing it to something else. Like, man, I tried this, but I really like being outside. It's like, okay, that's dope, but if you saying you love it, but you haven't tried anything else, man, you may like something else. You see what I'm saying? But it just may be the only option for you. And it's like, okay, I guess I gotta love it. I'll make the best of my situation. And it's like, no, go out there and try to learn something else, compare it to something. So you know, like, okay, I really rock with this construction thing. Like, oh, I really enjoy it. And that's what I learned. Like, I thought I'd like to be outside and work hard and do that until I found out I don't have to. I was like, hell no, I ain't doing that no more. Especially if you don't have to. I was like, nah, I'm straight. I'm good, man.
Yeah, 100%. What do we have for time?
2 hours, 20 minutes.
Sweet, that's a solid one. Dang, that went
Nice.
by, man.
What'd he say?
2 hours and 20 minutes? Ain't no way. It's 2 o'clock
that's
now.
Crazy.
See how time just flies?
What?
Yeah, it flies when you're having fun. Damn, if only I was making money on this podcast. Hey, donate. We accepting donations, subscriptions,
All of that.
all that stuff. So go ahead and subscribe if you're still here. Thanks for watching. So yeah, you can follow Cantrell on Instagram.
Yeah.
Check him out if you need help. Building your credit, fixing your credit and stuff like that. He's great with that. If you're interested in, investing in properties and things like that, you should definitely reach out to him, and he can help you out or point you in the right direction. And if you want to get choked out, go over to Gracie and Jackson. He can do that for you too. And
Say that's for free right there. You ain't got to pay for that.
Yeah. Well, no, you gotta. I mean, they ain't gotta pay you, but they gotta pay Brian.
They pay Brian.
Yeah, they gotta pay him for sure. But all right, everybody, thanks for watching. This was episode 8 of the Powerful Fitness Podcast. Like, comment, subscribe, share. We out. Deuces.
Man, appreciate it.